circle from all that's stressed. We trust the guardians, trust the guides, trust the open and what's inside. When the moon is high, it's time to fly. Open your mind, let it all unwind. Let's get disengaged, time to engage. Turn another page, free from your cage. Get disenraged. When you feel like you've had enough and the week was busy and tough, you need a break, you need some fun, you need to take time from the run. We'll blow your mind, we're just in time. Seek and ye shall find. Time to unwind, let's get disenraged. Time to engage. Turn another page, free from your cage. Get disenraged. Aliens, ghosts, spirits in the shadows, spirituality, ultra reality, the Bible, the pagans, all the conspiracies, tarot, astrology, and alternate history. Open your heart to other possibilities and get disenraged. Time to engage. Turn another page, free from your cage. Get disenraged, 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 disenraged.
What's up, Jennifer? Happy Tuesday. What's going on?
Happy Tuesday.
Hi.
Hi. Well, we had adventures in trying to open a bank account today. That was fun.
Oh yeah, how'd that go? Did you get a bank account or did you get a
No, we did not get a bank account. And thank you for asking. No.
Why?
Because since we were moving states, we have to have like 25 different kinds of ID. And they would not.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's go to a different fucking bank.
I five forms of identification. He needs 5 of those to get his CDLA to truck here in Tennessee, and we can't. This is our little roundabout. We can't get a driver's license without a bank statement because it's proof of who you are and that you're residential in Tennessee. We can't get a fucking bank account without the driver's license.
You can't get a bank account without a Tennessee driver's license.
Yeah, but we can't get the Tennessee driver's license without a local bank account.
That's fucking retarded.
I know. Even the gal at the bank was like, "Oh my god!" Like she was like, okay, I'm not sure what I can do here." And I'm like, "No, you understand? We can't get the license, the bank statement." And she's like, "I know. I don't know what to do." I'm like, "Okay." So we have to.
My license is the problem.
No, honey. His husband is helping. So see, we have to have we have our passports, they're still active.
Mm-hmm.
And so those work because you have to have like 2 forms of ID and you have to have like a lease or an electricity bill. We don't get electricity bills here. So it's kind of included in stuff. Like we pay directly to our landlord the electricity bill, but she gets the statement.
Yeah.
So I don't have a statement saying, yes, I pay this bill. So we have to have a proof of, or like a lease. We had a letter of residency, but that wasn't good enough. They wanted the lease. We don't have a lease because it's a trailer park and they do things really, really, really scaled down old school here. I'd be shocked if the woman in the office, who's a lovely lady, even has a fucking copy machine. Like, it's very old school here.
Can't you just get her to type up on some piece of paper or something, put lease at the top and be like, they are paid through X date or something like that?
We did sign sort of a lease, but we never got a copy of it, and it was practically handwritten. And I'm like, okay, well, this is fine, but so we have to get a copy of that. We don't have it, and then we can open the account. And the thing is, though, is without a valid Tennessee ID. She says, it's this U.S. bank, by the way. She's like, U.S. bank will probably suspend your account. You won't be able to access your money, but I can release it because I can say, no, they have an active lease and they can so I don't even know what's coming up. I don't know what's happening.
That's fucking retarded.
Why?
That is retarded.
Yeah. It was so stupid. And we went, and here's the other thing. We don't have a mailbox key. That's the other thing that's been holding us up. We can't change our address because we can't pick our freaking mail up because the people who occupied our site before took the keys with them for the mailbox, which was nice, right? So that means we have to get a new lock on the box. Well, we can't do that. We don't own this property. So the property owner has to do it. So when we called them originally 3 weeks ago and confirmed that, yes, we're going to be taking the spot, she's like, okay, I'll make sure we get a mailbox key for you. We have to replace it. And she didn't tell us why. Well, a week later, we came by physically and ran into her husband, who also works here and manages. He's like, yeah, I usually go down there and I got to pay a fee and I'll get it done. And I think she thought he was going to do that. But I think that man forgot immediately as soon as those words came out of his mouth. So it's been 3 weeks. Still get our mail. And we're like, we need to start changing our address over. How are we going to get our bank account, our license, or anything, our debit cards, the licenses mailed to us, anything? And I'm like, okay, I've had enough of this. So we went physically down to the really cute little, oh my God, you should see the little cute town that's up here. It's like a little slice of Americana. It is adorable. We went down to the little post office, and there's 2 workers in there sitting like this. We're like, can we get our locks changed and our keys? And I said, I think they asked for it, but it's like they said it takes a really long time. And the guy looked dead at me. He goes, I know for a fact they haven't asked me because I'm the one who puts them in and I haven't heard of anything. And I'm like, well, you're hearing it now, sir. Can we get this handled, please? Like, I can come down tomorrow. I'm like, thank fuck. Okay. So now we can have a proper address. So now that helps us with the bank. We told the bank this, but it still didn't matter because we didn't have a driver's license. So
that's retarded. That's actually fucking retarded.
Yeah. So we have to try again tomorrow with the lease agreement. We're gonna try and catch the lady at the desk at the front office tomorrow because she's kind of in sporadically. A lot of people here are monthly. It's super low maintenance, so like she doesn't have a lot to do. In her defense, you know, she pretty much should be sitting there twiddling her thumbs anyway. Most of what she can do is on the phone, so she doesn't have to be at the office all the time. But I do need a physical thing from her, so I'm really hoping please be there tomorrow. And I could get that lease agreement so we could go get our bank account so that we can get all the other stuff because this is just moving from state to state is a trip. Yeah.
Well, that sucks. You want to know what I've been dealing with over the past several days? The number one topic of conversation in my social media. Do you want to guess the topic? The number one topic of conversation in my social media?
I mean, it could be one of many things. I don't know what the topic du jour lately is. I mean, there's always the Jews. That's
it has nothing to do with politics. It's per usual, really? All about me. It's nothing to do with politics.
Oh, is it your weight?
It's my weight. Yeah, it's my weight. Per usual.
Oh my God.
My weight is the most important thing about me. And now the issue is it started as you didn't actually lose weight, you're fat. And I'm like, I weigh 138 fucking pounds and I'm 5'6". So I don't think that actually qualifies as fat, but you're lying. You're not me. You're using filters. You're doing this. You're doing that. You're doing this other thing. You never even post full body pictures because you're still fat. You don't even post full body pictures.
These people that you have to prove yourself with full body pictures. Go screw yourself.
Well, but the thing is, I do post full body pictures, Jennifer. I do though. I do, and in fact, I posted one today. Literally today, because I was like, fuck you assholes. Karlyn, you never post full body pictures because you're just pretending you lost weight and you're obviously still fat. Cool story, bro. Do you know what the new rumor is? Do you know what the new rumor is? Let's scroll down and look.
Is it Ozempic?
No, they've been saying about Ozempic for a while. No. The new one is your body still looks weird. That wasn't through, that weight loss wasn't through diet and exercise alone. Let's not kid ourselves. You had weight loss surgery. I'm like, when did I do that? Exactly.
When did you take off from the internet and have your downtime? Exactly.
Yeah. When was my off recovery time of the internet from having bariatric surgery? Like, when the fuck? It's just like, my fucking God, Jennifer, I'm so fucking sick.
You have to do the influencer thing now and like do the bikini on the beach with a cocktail thing. Look at me.
Oh, I'm totally gonna do that. Don't get it twisted. When the right opportunity presents itself, I've been bathing suit shopping. And you know what? The thing of it is I actually have been bathing suit shopping because for that event, because I actually do want to do that at some point because it would trigger everyone and it'd be fucking funny as hell. And Mizakan would really love it because he wants to see my boobs and all that stuff. And so I actually have been like bathing suit shopping. And do you know what? Half of the bathing suit models are fat now. Like even more than half on some websites. I bet, and no shade, no. I mean, obviously, but it's just like it's bizarre to me. I'm like, I just lost all this weight, and now all the bathing suit models are fat, and I can't find anything in my. It's like actually a problem.
I think.
I'm like, oh shit.
You know, there's gonna. Sorry, husband.
Husband is making himself known.
He's like, well, he's all man of fire. Thanks, Masakin. I think that was Masakin. I'm sorry, it scrolled up by now. I just had to show him that I didn't want to interrupt you, but I just thought that was so cute. Man of fire. It's just so you're not okay. We've discussed this. We have discussed this, and have agreed that it won't matter what you look like, how much weight you lose. They're not going to believe it. They're not going to. They're going to. The haters are going to hate. This is how it goes. They are miserable, cruddy people.
And I don't internalize this. It's just like the most bizarre experience to me because it's like they literally cannot cope with the fact that I literally just gave up carbs and sugar. That's all I did, and I got more steps in, and that's it. It kind of sucked because carbs are fucking awesome, and sugar is also fucking awesome if we're being honest about it. And it's just like, they can't, their brains fucking break that they can't use your fat as an argument against me. When
80% of them are potatoes and fat.
Yeah.
Like they're like, who the fuck are they even pointing a finger at? It's ridiculous. So, I mean, please.
I'm so sick of it. I should have just gone on Ozempic. Honestly, I actually just should have done that. I really just should have. For like the amount of times people have like told me I'm on Ozempic, I'm like, you know what? Maybe this shit actually would have been easier if I just had done it. Maybe it just would have been easier. Maybe it would have been better.
It destroys your liver and your intestines, and it's awful for you. It's so bad for your body. It really is so bad for your body.
A lot of people view it as a miracle drug, though. I mean, like I've talked to a lot of people about weight loss in the past several months, and I've spoken to way more people that are on some sort of like weight loss thing that they view it as like a miracle that has substantially improved their life. And I understand that some people don't have a great experience with it. And I'm sure there's going to be, there's always data. But honestly, I feel like most of that data is coming from like the diet industry that doesn't want people to lose weight. Like, honestly.
Oh, sure. Well, because it's all crash and binge, right? You crash diet, you lose the weight, and then you gain it all back and you crash and binge, and it screws up our metabolisms. It makes us totally unhealthy. And that's why I kind of like the slow and steady method, which is what I'm doing. I've lost a few pounds, so it makes me happy.
Good for you.
Yeah. Touche. Just working hard, walking the dogs, getting out and moving your body makes such a difference. Because I turned into a potato sitting there writing books for 3 years, doing nothing else. And now it's like I'm moving my body. I could barely walk up and down our freaking trailer stairs. And now I'm like, boing, boing, boing. And so it's just getting stronger and keeping your joints healthy. That's another thing that's important. And and just little by little it gets where it gets. And there are aids, and I have been looking into something that's a natural one just to jumpstart, but not to live on.
Yeah.
And that's
why not? We have
a friend who researched it, and she used it. She's like, it's helping me because now I can do yoga, because in some of those poses she couldn't take a deep breath. And I'm like, yeah, I had that problem too. So she's like, it's getting me into exercise now, and now I'm off of it, and I'm still keeping my weight off. I'm like, awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Listen, I'm definitely doing a whole bunch of supplements. I've got a whole fuck ton of supplements because honestly, I actually do want to make sure that like I'm taking care of myself to a certain degree. And like it's like we have these resources. Why not utilize them? I mean, we're so fucking lucky to live in this time when we do have these things that can help us out. And it's like, you know what? Listen, like I'm not suggesting I'm going to become like permanently dependent on some of these because I don't think I will. It's actually, I don't get addicted to things like that. It's a very weird thing. Like except for coffee I'm fucking addicted to, and I'm never fucking giving it up. But like, I'm kind of like looking at, I'm like, even if I did, is this like the worst thing in the world? Like, probably not. I mean, it's fine. Like, whatever. People are so ridiculous though. You take
a medication for your allergies. You take, a medication when you have a headache. There's nothing wrong with something for short-term relief. I think the problem is the dependency, like you were saying.
Yeah, if you need it to sort like, because like I feel like I've reset my entire fucking system in the past 6 months. Like, I mean, it changes the way you think about everything. It's not even like, it just does. There's no way around it. Nick says Solidarity Musicam, boobs or no memberships. Okay, well, we'll work our way up to the boobs, gentlemen. Okay, we'll work our way up to that. Boobs? Yeah, apparently they want to see boobs.
The influencer boobs.
Yeah. Anyway, well, what did he say?
Husband said, I am strongly influenced by boobs.
Yeah, well, yeah, indeed. Anyway, I picked out the episode tonight, and Jennifer doubted my ability to do one job of picking out the fucking episode. And I have to say, I was like actually really excited about this. I was like, I found a great channeling Charlie Kirk video, and I said to Jennifer, we're doing channeling Charlie Kirk tonight, and Jennifer totally tried to fucking Capricorn that situation because she had no faith that I did it well. And she was like, Karlyn, we're not watching this video, are we? Because I already pre-screened this video and it sucked. I was like, no, Jennifer, fucking settle down, watching a different fucking video.
Man, you're such a bitch.
That is exactly. Jennifer had no faith, even though she put me in charge. She put me in charge of picking out the topic and finding the video.
You're in charge for the next month.
And I was feeling so proud of myself. I was like, this is such a good topic. And Jennifer immediately Capricorned it. It was like, Karlyn, you did this wrong, didn't you? I was like, no, I didn't, Jennifer. Fuck you.
Okay, so actually, what happened was, so last year when we were doing our end of year DISENRAGE, and I thought, let's do a Charlie Kirk channeling, and I looked up our friend Eric and watched the video, and it was so bad because the channeler, I can't comment on her talent as a channeler. Probably she was channeling fine. She did not bring Charlie Kirk through at all. I don't know who the fuck she had, but it was not Charlie Kirk. And it was a very upsetting video to me because I was like, who the fuck is here? That is not okay. And I wish that either lady in the room knew who the fuck Charlie Kirk was so they could recognize if that was him or not, because that was not him. And it was probably maybe an entity that's trying to disguise itself as him. I don't know, because they do that. And just because someone is channeling doesn't mean they're good at it. And even if they're good at it, it doesn't mean they're getting the person that, because entities are very tricky. Some are really tricky. And that's why you have to be super, super careful and specific when you're bringing in energy through, because you don't know who you're fucking getting when you open the door. You can be super careful with this crap. And I do not think she had Charlie Kirk. So instead of that, we got Ozzy Osbourne. And that's how we closed out last year. And that's why we did Ozzy. And it was a wonderful show. And then we didn't do anything for 2 months because Karlyn is super important and had to go do stuff with all the protests. True. And so when she was like, we'll do Charlie Kirk, I was like, ooh, it's not the channeling Eric one, right? Because remember we were talking about it was like fucking awful. And I was like, oh, but there's this guy, Tittle. I love Tittle. And
I'd already picked him out.
She already found the Tittle. I didn't have anything to do with it. She's like, I already found it. She's like, stop trying to Capricorn and control everything, Jennifer. And I'm like, you're not the boss of me, Karlyn. I'll do what I like.
Jennifer had no faith. She did not trust me. And it turned out that if she just trusted me, it would have been fine.
I do trust you. There's nothing wrong with communicating.
And
Why
I
are
just
you
want to say,
so allergic to communicating, Karlyn?
I feel like this is just good advice for everyone. As long as you trust me, it will be fine.
Just drink the Kool-Aid, minions. It's okay.
It may not be fine immediately, but eventually it will be fine. It will be like everything works out. It's fine. So tonight I've got a couple selections for us, and none of them have to do with the video that Jennifer didn't like. The first one is we watched this guy a couple weeks ago, and we really like him. He's a very good channeler. And so he just released an episode, Psychic Channels Charlie Kirk, Truth Around Charlie's Takedown and Erica Kirk. And that was from 4 days ago. So we're gonna watch that one. I think it's gonna be really good. I'm really looking forward to it. But it's only go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, by the way, and you'll find out why I'm saying this, and I'm sure we'll bring it up later. Because I watched this a while ago as well, and because I was obsessed with channeling Charlie Kirk at one point. Candace Owens might be onto something.
I don't think Candace Owens is 100% wrong. I also don't think Candace Owens is 100% right.
No. She's fucking crazy as fuck, but she might be onto something with Erica, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Erica's fucking weird.
Erica's fucking weird. Yep.
Yeah, Erica is fucking weird. Like there's just no denying. And listen, I know like I don't want to be in the business of like harassing a widow or whatever, but it's fucking weird.
If it is her.
Mm-hmm. So we have that one, but then Channeling Eric did a follow-up channeling with a different channeler, and we've watched this channeler before, and I think that she's better than the one that you got, Jennifer.
She's the one who did Ozzy. She's great.
Yeah,
I love her.
Yeah. So we've got Revisiting Charlie Kirk with the assassination conspiracy theories explained for part 2. So we have 2 different channelers, both channeling Charlie Kirk. And this last one I think is about a month old too. So these are all within like the last month or so. So this is all new information.
4 days ago he did the channeling Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
That's real recent. Nice.
So we are going to hang out and we are going to watch the Channeling Charlie Kirk content. As a reminder for anyone that might be new here, this is a show about spirituality and energy and magic and tarot cards. And we actually do believe in this stuff. And it's not that Christians are not allowed to be here. Christians are allowed to be here too. You're allowed to enjoy, and we hope you do. But no proselytizing in the chat. No damning us to hell. No calling it. No doing any of the Christian things that you guys like to do. This is our time. This is our spiritual time to have spiritual discussions that have nothing to do with Christianity. And no offense, we don't go into your church and cause problems for you. You can go do whatever the fuck you want in your church. This is our time and this is our space, and you will not disrupt it with Christian bullshit. Okay? That's all.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Neither of us are becoming Christians.
Speaking of Christians proselytizing, we went out to dinner a couple nights ago, and on the street corner, normally in Colorado, what I would see are people with pride flags and queer flags and and big boards of signs of fuck Trump and all this other stuff and free Palestine. We had a preacher with his megaphone preaching the word of Jesus. Come and get saved. Come and join us and get saved. Feel the Jesus. And they shouting across this intersection at this strip mall with his little followers that are the little Bibles and having their little kumbaya moment. I'm like, I'm annoyed by you, but it's cute. And I don't mind it as much as all the libtards on every single corner back in Colorado. This, you know what? Oh, bless your heart. And then it rained like crazy. Yeah.
God rained them out. Yeah.
And God went, okay, you're making me look bad. Go away.
Mm-hmm. Love it. All right, let's dig into our episode here, and we're going to start off with this one, and let's see how this goes. Oh, got to turn the sound on.
We're a little off. I noticed that my security team was really off. I don't know if it's his grandmother or there's another connection to the name Mary that he wants us to acknowledge. And he shows me he didn't know. He tells me he didn't know. He didn't fire a single shot. He did not fire a single shot. They organized and orchestrated this whole thing. Who is they? I keep seeing this symbol for the skull and crossbones. I don't know if he's saying showing me that as a symbol of secret societies.
No way.
He was on
Like,
to
you're
something.
surprised.
He says
How
he was
are you
on to something with the
I'm not surprised,
financial
really.
aspect of Turning Point is being taken over by dark entities.
Yes. Duh.
So it was a combination of these things, but also he keeps showing me the pawn on a chessboard and throws it off the board and says I was just the pawn. He also shows me that there's some type of this is interesting, money laundering happening within Turning Point.
Duh.
Assassins in the audience. One to his right side, he shows me. There was somebody on the right side that something took control of Erica. Her spirit, like a possession.
What?
He says, sorta.
Oh, wow. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Good day, beautiful friends. I am spiritual medium Joseph Tittle. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I am going to make an attempt in connecting with the late Charlie Kirk, who, as you know, most of you should know by now, who was taken out.
Hang on, what'd you say?
I said I'm still miss him, and I'm still sad about this. I'm so mad at this because he was one of the good ones that could have made a real difference, and that's why I think they took him out. But I
mean, listen, like the entire conservative right, I had no idea how much Charlie Kirk was holding everything together.
Right?
Because everything has fucking fallen apart and people have lost their fucking minds and gone insane ever since he died. And it's just like, okay, Charlie, I didn't really like you when you were alive, but maybe you deserved a bit more credit than which I gave you at the time, honestly.
Yep.
Assassination at an event in Utah in September of 2025. Many of my subscribers asked me to make this connection. I asked all of you when I channeled David Wilcock, what would you like me to channel next? And I'm going to ask that same question today. Who would you like me to channel next? And there's never a guarantee, but if you're watching this now, I definitely channeled him because you're watching this. But there's never a guarantee. We can't just pick up the phone and be like, I want to talk to such and such. It really doesn't work that way. And sometimes we get that great connection when we request it. And now I also believe as a medium that a lot of information also runs through my spirit guides. My team of guides make this all possible. So I'm grateful to them and grateful to all you. So today we're going to see what Charlie has to say. What really did happen to Charlie Kirk? What's really happening with the Turning Point organization? And is Charlie doing okay over there in the spirit world? Because some people think that he's still alive. What do you think? Well, I can assure you, because I already did the channeling, he's very much not alive. I can assure you that right now. I got some interesting information about Erica Kirk and who else he keeps company with in the heavens. This is a really interesting channeling session that I really hope that you enjoy. And just a little background for those who are new here and may not know me. Again, I'm a spiritual medium, have been for over 3 decades. I've channeled through many famous people for clients, actually. One of my favorites was Michael Jackson. That's why people swear he's alive. And I'm like, he came to me twice in readings for famous people I was reading in Hollywood, out of California, not necessarily Hollywood. So I know he's passed. I've worked with the police. I've worked on soft crimes, ghost investigations. I've done national television, and it's all on my YouTube page. So check out some of those cool clips, including one of my favorites from America's Psychic Challenge when I went on the murder scene.
America's Psychic Challenge? There was a psychic challenge?
Yikes, that sounds interesting.
Wow.
And thanks to my spirit guides.
Now that would be a reality show I would never miss.
Oh, I would totally watch America's Psychic Challenge. I want to go back and find an archive of that. Like,
I watch the
that'd
fuck
be
out
awesome.
of that.
All right, beautiful friends, here we go. I removed my hat, put a little bit of sage to get the mode going, to clear any energies, although my property
I still gotta bless my camper.
It's always good to have some mama sage aboard.
Get on that, Jennifer.
The hat blocks
That'll
the
be
crown
your bank
chakra.
account.
No, I need a haircut. It's all good.
Need
I have
5
a picture
forms
of
of
Charlie
ID
here.
to clear my trailer.
Then I printed it out because it just felt appropriate. And I'm doing this channeling again today because folks in the subscribers asked me to do so. So we're going to see. And here's the thing. you can't always pick who you want to channel through from spirit. It doesn't always work that way. It doesn't always work that way at all. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're stuck in limbo between the worlds, especially when there's tragic passings. That's why I always tell folks it's a good idea to light a white candle and do some prayers after somebody passes and ensure them that they cross over into the right place. Not that there's a wrong place, but yeah. So I'm just checking out Charlie's picture. And I know absolutely nothing about Charlie Kirk other than what happened last year. Wasn't it last year already? Yeah, last year. What was it? September, October last year? September. Got it. Right before 9/11, says the spirit. So, yeah, the spirits are aboard. Spirits are aboard with us. Spirits are always aboard. But is Charlie Kirk aboard? And does Charlie want to speak to us today? That is the big question.
Aging Charlie.
Does Charlie want to speak to us today?
Charlie.
What light could he shed on what has happened to him? And what else is happening since? Because, the spirits got a lot of knowledge up there. They got a lot of wisdom. We're going to see what Charlie has to say. And again, I know nothing at all about Charlie Kirk other than, what happened, the incident. Didn't really know who the man was before it all happened. Sorry, Charlie, but I didn't. But everybody knows who you are now. Just give me a moment to get into my mode, and we'll see if Charlie comes through today. So my guides make a connection with Charlie. And I get this whole great sense of humor the guy has, for sure. And I instantly get this sense of humor like, I would have never thought I'd be here in front of a medium. Yeah.
I was gonna say exactly that. I'm like, Charlie Kirk would not have approved of this in real life.
See, and that's what turned me off of that one gal from channeling Eric, the one that she was like, the first thing he says, I am here with my Lord and Savior, and I am happy in the divine presence of God. And I'm like,
no.
I feel like he'd be all, dude, I did not expect this. And this dude said that. I'm like, haha, that's exactly what he would say.
Believe this. Would have thought that it would have been anti-religious of me. But now I know much more and much deeper. As they all do in spirit,
not
like
Satanism.
So thank you, Charlie. Thank you for your presence. So when Charlie comes forward, it's interesting because there's his grandmother's with him. I don't know which grandmother, but he has a grandmother figure with him that he shows me. She's like the mother figure watching over him. It might be maybe connected to his mom's side of the family. There's a connection. I don't know where this comes in. Again, I don't know nothing other than he keeps showing me the name Mary. I don't know if that's his grandmother or there's another connection to the name Mary that he wants us to acknowledge. And he also shows me that he has a young woman at his side, but he won't show me who that is yet. And then there's a young man with him as well, a friend of his. He shows me that passed tragically, I believe, during the time that he was in college. And I believe it may have actually been in some type of a motor vehicle or some type of other tragic accident like that. So he has company over there. He's his grandmother, his friend, and this other woman that he's not showing me who she is yet. Why not? So, Charlie, what do you want to tell us first? What do you want to take us to first? He says, you're the man with the questions. I should have actually had my subscribers list some questions. So what actually happened? We'll go back to that day in September of 2025. What actually happened? And he shows me I was just as surprised as everybody else was with that.
Yeah,
although he said he had this
No
feeling
doubt.
that morning. I had this feeling that morning. Things were a little off. I noticed that my security team was really off. And I was a bit nervous going out there. And I'm not usually that nervous. And he's right. Everybody's nervous when they step in front of a crowd to some extent. But that particular day, I was more nervous. And I wasn't understanding why. Maybe because it was in an opening event. Was it an opening event? He nods. Yes, it was an opening event. So for like a tour or something? Yes, he nods. Opening event. And he shows me a lot of symbolism around this. There's symbols, of course, as I've always said, will be their downfall. Their being the dark shadow government or whatever you want to refer to them as. The illuminated ones. So what happened? He shows me the kid. Tyler Robinson. And he shows me he didn't know. He tells me he didn't know He didn't fire a single shot.
Wow.
He did not fire
So
a single
sad.
shot. There was something in his head. So they were using some kind of frequency MK Ultra, something like that to get into this kid's head. And
Sound
Charlie
familiar?
Kirk was the Tyler Robinson was MK Ultra'd into being a patsy.
Yeah, just like I think our friend who killed Nixon, and also what happened with David Wilcock. He kept saying they were in my head, and that's how he unalived himself.
Wow, that's crazy.
They actually even have this kid's head so programmed to actually believe that he did do it, even though his gun never actually fired a shot.
Wow.
This was all very well organized,
set
very well
up.
planned. And it was planned, he makes me feel, in a
So
very
Lee
short
Harvey Oswald.
period of time.
Yeah.
It's like they made this solid decision one day that we're going to do this. And launched it within, I'm feeling like within 30 days, definitely less than 60 days.
Wow.
They organized and orchestrated this whole thing. Who is they?
Yeah.
I
Who's
keep
they,
seeing the
Charlie?
symbol for the skull and crossbones.
Skull and
I don't know if
bones.
it's saying secret, showing me that as
The
a symbol of
bushes.
secret societies.
The
That's how I would take it.
neocons.
There's so many, but it goes that deep. He shows me it goes that deep. So what actually? So he makes me feel that there were actually paid assassins that were there to ensure that the job got complete.
Amalek's going to be so upset about this. Amalek does not like the Charlie Kirk conspiracy theories at all. He actually gets so pissed off about them. Like
Really?
I've seen him rage quit Twitter spaces where people are talking about them, and I get so mad. And he yells at them, and
He's
I'm like,
gonna-
Amalek, do you know?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna, no spoilers, but I think if Amalek was here, his brain would explode a few minutes from now.
He's so mad.
Somehow or another, I see some people behind the scenes as his security actually being paid money and also being a part of it.
Duh.
This is
There
what
were
people were
others, he
saying.
says,
Security
within
was
his
in on
own
it.
Yep. Yeah. Amalek thinks Tyler did it. Yes, he does. Yep.
Organization that we're trying to push him out. He was on to something, he says.
That's why they
He was
couldn't
onto
find any
something
bullet
with the
casings.
financial aspect of Turning Point. Is that what it's called? Turning Point? Yes, he says yes. There's something off with the finances of Turning Point that he was catching on to.
Oh,
So this goes really deep. He says it's really
that's true because he wanted to audit all of Turning Point before he died.
I think
So
that's
that's
just
very
sad. His own business. He's
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, who's doing what in the what now?
Mhm.
Fuck, this is my show, dudes. And they're like, yeah, no.
complex and really deep, and it wasn't just one reason. There was multiple reasons and multiple people behind the scenes pulling the strings to ensure that they take out Charlie. And it wasn't just specifically a takeout just on Charlie. It was a takeover of Turning Point. And a takeover of Turning Point and this is going to sound crazy again. If it resonates with you, then great. If not, then that's okay too. Turning Point is being taken over by dark entities.
True, actually. Yes.
We can go to that route. He doesn't show me
Well,
anything.
they
other
just
than that,
are. They just are.
Yeah.
Turning Point came out. Charlie Kirk fucking loved Thomas Massey. Charlie Kirk loved Thomas Massey. And Turning Point came out. It was like, if Charlie was still alive today, he never would have supported Thomas Massey. Bull fucking shit, you Zionist assholes.
Way to rewrite the
Bullshit.
narrative.
Yeah. And don't tell me that, like, I'm sorry, again, I don't like Candace going after Erica Kirk personally as much as she has, or Erica Kirk. I know people can be on the other side. Like, it doesn't sit right with me. She is a widow, for better or worse. But like, putting Erica Kirk in charge of Turning Point USA was a stupid decision. It was stupid on every level. She didn't have the experience to do it. She didn't have the knowledge to do it. And the reason they put her in that role is because she is easy to manipulate.
I agree. I think it was to look at the widow bearing the burden of her husband, and isn't she great? And But there were some weird moments with her. Like her interviews come off strange. That I don't know if you ever heard the phone call they got, where someone released a phone call she had with someone. It was like the day of Charlie Kirk's funeral, and
I don't
she
know if
was,
I heard that actually.
oh, she
I heard
just
about
sounded
it.
like okay, so what are we doing today? Like it was just a regular business meeting. Like she did not
Oh,
just
I
bury
did
her
hear that.
husband.
Yeah.
It was so weird. And then even when she was doing her, like, what was it, the recorded event where she did her statement with Charlie Kirk's chair in the studio, and she was talking about, and then she'd be like,
yeah,
and it was so unnatural.
And you know what? I mean, I do think like you can explain away part of that by saying she's a professional pageant girl. Like they're like, and I think that the bad acting comes from pageantry. But even if that's true, and it may not be true, to be honest, like, why would you put a grieving widow in charge of an $80 million a year organization? Like, at least,
especially
like
a pageant queen grieving widow.
And it's like, okay, this was not a good decision all around. Like she's obviously not running the organization. And that like, and if people really think, oh, Charlie would have wanted this, okay. But I think Charlie also would have wanted his widow to have actual time to grieve and be with their kids away from the spotlight. And maybe you could have just given her 6 fucking months before you made her the CEO of the organization.
Yeah, I agree. But there's the weird thing with her. She has come off as disingenuous and insincere when I would have expected her to have, like you said, shut the fucking door, have some pride. I would not have been able to do that.
No,
I would not have been able to go if I had gone in front of the camera,
died, I would be not getting out of bed for a fucking month.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
I mean, even then I would have just been crying, like tears of mascara, like all over, but they would accuse me of blackface because I would have been crying mascara so hard. You know, I wouldn't know. I don't know if I could have gotten through it. And maybe a 6 months later, maybe a year later, but not a few days. Like there was just something weird. I'm like, she's either heavily medicated or she's able to compartmentalize. And this is when I was still on board with her as a widow. I'm like, ooh, and I still am to a degree, but the more I watched that, the more I went, something's not right. I don't know what it is. I don't want to think bad things, but something's not right. I don't know. No.
It's weird. It's definitely weird.
Dark entities. It's a takeover. And that's only just part of it. Part of it was also to shut him down.
Yep.
He shows me he knew more about what was happening behind the scenes and with the Epstein files and the involvement with certain political leaders that he doesn't want to get into.
Oh, yeah.
Including the leader or current administrations within our government, which is shocking to him that he kept the lid on.
Say.
There's certain things he just wouldn't say. But he says that that's why he insisted that the Epstein files be released. He shows me the tie-in with that, with, of course, Israel.
Oh!
Keep showing me.
Israel mentioned.
We love Jews on this channel. No anti-Semitism allowed. Israel does everything correct and nothing wrong at all times. Don't question Israel, otherwise you're anti-Semitic.
He shows me them all sitting at a table. And this is a big table, and I feel like this table is actually probably in Washington, D.C. So I know that Netanyahu was in D.C. at some point, a lot since Trump has come into the administration anyway. But at some point prior to the takeout of Charlie, Netanyahu was in the United States and met with this society of people somewhere outside of D.C.
You don't say. You don't
Perhaps actually up in New York. And this is where they gather at this table and make this decision that we need to do something about Charlie.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we need to, so there's so many, he shows me there's so many aspects to this. There's part of the organization that wanted him out because he was onto something.
Because Charlie Charlie supported Israel his entire career, but he was starting to pull away from that.
He was starting to turn. Yeah. He was starting to see some things because the closer you get to the higher ups, the more they think you're on their side, you're going to play the game. They're going to test you to see if you're going to play the game. And Charlie was one of the very few people who had integrity, who was like, I'm not going to play that game. And they're like, okay, what are we going to do about the Charlie thing? And now it's a Charlie problem because the asshole evil people in control have to be what? In control. And yeah, they took him, they took him out. I'm worried for other people that are like him. And it's just, I don't know. This is just bad. It feels like evil is winning, and it's making me very upset.
Yeah. If Candace Owens was more focused on the Israel component and less on like attacking Erica Kirk all the time and what looks like
Charlie
a jealous lover's tiff, yeah, it's like I would have much less of a problem with this, honestly.
Yeah.
Finances and the financial situation. There was another aspect about donors that they wanted to cover up that he talks about. Then there's the aspect of the whole information that he knew revealing the Jeffrey files. And then his stance on Israel.
Jeffrey Epstein lives.
So it was a combination of these things, but also he keeps showing me the pawn on a chessboard and throws it off the board and says I was just the pawn.
Yep.
Yeah.
To bring in disruption. Everything's about the negative energies and the negative disruptions. That's how these negative entities or dark entities feed on this information and feed on this. And they want division, especially when it comes to organized religions and faith. And of course, Jesus Christ, he shows me. And they just want division. They want to confuse the people, divide the people, and fulfill many missions within one mission and one takedown. But then he shows me, so what do you think about Erica? He gives me the sense that, oh, this is weird.
Tighten your belts or your seatbelts.
That well, obviously she's taken over. That is not the same Erica Kirk that I married, he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Her spirit's here. Her spirit's here. There's something else there.
Wow.
That's not her. This is what he shows me as the dark entities take over.
Remember in the beginning
over Erica.
Hang on. Go ahead.
When he started this, he said that there's a young lady next to him, but he won't show me who it is.
Oh.
It was Erica.
Oh.
That's what he just said. Erica is with him. They've evicted Erica's soul from her body and replaced it with something else. Is what Karlyn Kirk is saying right now.
Crazy. Wow.
Reptilian technology.
We fucking reptilians. Fucking reptilians. God damn.
It's taking over the organization, the Turning Point, and others within Turning Point. He also shows me that there's some type of, this is interesting, money laundering happening within Turning Point. It's like the billionaires or whoever are donating within this. It's almost like a money laundering thing that they're doing.
You know, when I was involved around like all of these people in 2020, it never it kind of seemed like a game to me, if I'm being honest about it. Maybe I didn't take it as seriously as I should have at the time. And it kind of seems now that being that Turning Point USA seems to be the focal point of all of this fucking negative, demonic assassination, worldwide conspiracy theory energy. I'm kind of looking at it and going, Karlyn, maybe it's a good idea that you just left all that. And that was a really good decision. I feel like it was a really good decision. Like, I don't want to be involved in this shit. And I feel like I was repelled from the entire scenario because I don't want to be involved in worldwide conspiracy theories that involve assassination and Israel. And, I just don't want to be involved. I had no idea it was this big when I was involved in it. And I'm glad I'm not anymore.
Yeah, I think what was the blessing was you were very quickly taken out of the Democrats, shown the Republicans just close enough to go, woo, 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 not too close. And that's probably why I would imagine why. Are you going to night? Oh, husband is going to bed.
Well, good for him.
Okay, bye. And then I think that's actually part of the purpose of everything that happened with Walkaway. To kind of get you even to get a more bitter taste in your mouth for Republicans and stuff. And then all of that yada yada, just to get you to know, really separate yourself, this is not as this is equally
This is not the right path. This is not good. This is not
Find trailblaze, sister, trailblaze, which is what you did. You found your niche. It took a while, because it always does, usually, especially if we're in a resistance, which you were, and I understand that completely. I would have been too. But now it's like, as soon as you went, okay, I know what I'm doing, I welcome my path. It was like, boom, there you are. And here you are. And it's amazing. And I love that, to see your whole path through all of this has been super cool, because you've always been in the right place to learn just enough to take you to the next place to learn just enough to to then go be safe and get away from the nut jobs.
Yeah. People want to give me shit for changing my mind all the time. No.
That's called growth, honey.
That's called like taking in new information and making the decision that's best for you at any given time.
Yeah. If you don't change your mind, you have no growth. You are a stagnant, sad person. And you need to start learning about how to change your mind, because changing your mind is good.
Yep. We're supposed to.
And he literally shows me money in a washer machine being washed. I think maybe this is something he was catching on to, something that he knew. And then he shows me his children and his concern over his children. That's his biggest concern, because he feels like his children are now under the influence of dark entities or dark energies.
Now that pissed me off.
He keeps showing me that I'm going to call her the current Erica Kurt, because that's not her. He says, look at the eyes. Compare pictures of her.
I still want to go back and do that.
Around the time I married her, and compare pictures of her now to the eyes. The eyes are darker. They're more black. They're more filled with evil. He's very disappointed and concerned, disappointed in the circumstances and concerned about his children. So I don't know if the friend that's over there with him that passed tragedy, he's bringing up there's a presence of a gentleman over there by the name of maybe Robert, or Bob. He brings up October. I think that wasn't his birthday, perhaps in October, because I feel like, people do pass sometime before their birthdays very often. Even if it was unnatural or a takedown, like what happened to Charlie. Charlie still go and take me back to what happened that day, because there's a lot of confusion between everything and all the details of what happened. He's like, oh, we got to go back there. We got to go back there. Okay, we'll go back there. What about the underground hatch? Let's talk about that underground hatch. Knew nothing about it, he says. Knew nothing about it. A lot of people speculate that you're alive.
Charlie's birthday is October 14th.
He says that's obviously not the case today, as you see. No, I know you were passed. I know that was as real as could be. They made some mistakes that day. That's why they had to cover things up so quickly.
Yeah.
Even
I talked about this and you rebutted me.
Somebody within.
What did I say?
Okay, so there was.
We have a different date for the birthday. It's still in October.
No,
I don't know who's right and who's wrong.
No, he says my birthday is, as in.
Oh, your birthday. Oh, sorry. Misread that.
My grandfather's birthday was October 1st. Yes. Okay. So there was a theory that for some reason when I heard it, it made me go, bwah. And it was that it wasn't the gunman that shot him. And I heard this a couple months ago. But it was, the microphone clipped to Charlie's shirt, that there was an explosive in it. And it was supposed to go off and hit him, in his heart. And it looked like a gunshot. But it malfunctioned and went kapatooey and hit his neck. And there was some of the shrapnel pieces of this device in the concrete under his chair. So the person who detonated the device was in the crowd. And it hit him wrong. And so, but it still did the job. It just, now it's like, oh shit, what do we do? And the shrapnel, which was supposed to be in his body, and some of it landed in the concrete. And the next day they repaved the whole fucking place where he was.
Someone just did an interview with the guy that repaved it and said like he got called for this emergency job, whereas like they were saying like, oh, we scheduled that ahead. No, they fucking didn't. Man. Kind of like the pagers.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like the pagers.
Exactly. And I mean, and when people talk about things like that, it's like, well, man, it's such a conspiracy. And other people go, Oh, come on with the explosives. Can't the man just have been assassinated cleanly? You know, like Lincoln or whatever. It's like, look, this shit is real, and they are pulling this kind of crap all the time. We just went over a bunch of scientists who have weird endings, and you don't think they have James Bond size fucking explosives that can make it look like you got shot in the heart in your microphone? You don't think that? Oh, come on. We have zero gravity drive, people. They can do that. And it makes sense to me. They were taking him out, and they blamed this poor kid.
University. Maybe the president of the university in Utah where this occurred has strings attached to what happened that day. And that is how construction crews came in so quickly afterwards and started covering up all the tracks, because they made mistakes that day. They made a mistake with a drone, and I don't know nothing about that. He says they made a mistake with a drone that failed. They made a mistake by allowing Tyler Robinson to remain alive. He shows me great concerns because he knows that that young man is innocent and wants that young man to be able to have a free life, but makes me feel that Tyler Robinson won't have a free life. He makes me feel like I'll be seeing him up here sometime in the near future. So they'll probably off him. They'll probably off Tyler Robinson. Yeah. Because he's really, truly the last witness.
Yeah, probably.
And if he starts to remember things, even though he's under the mind control and under medications that they have him on now, even antipsychotics that they put him on, even though he didn't need them. Like they're going to likely make it look like Epstein, except Epstein's still alive. Is Epstein still alive there? Oh, yeah. That's another thing.
Epstein's still alive.
Epstein's still alive. He's got a kill switch.
Sure
Epstein knew.
Jeffrey got out of there.
Charlie fucking knew that Epstein's still alive.
He knew that, and he's saying it from the afterlife. He's not up here. But Epstein had a kill switch, dude. That was the other thing people have been talking about. Like, if he goes out, the information that everyone's holding back right now will come flooding through, because he's probably sent that shit to 5 different people around the globe that nobody knows about. And if he unalives, that shit's going to get released. They can't kill that man. He is untouchable. There's so many eyewitness testimonies now that have come out from those files, from the guards and everything, but how they snuck him out and then made a mannequin that looked like him to say, oh, he's dead. This is him under this sheet. No autopsy, no body. Oh, we cremated him. This is over. Done. Yeah, no. That dude is living nicely somewhere. Believe. Trust and believe.
He's too connected, knows too many people, and has too many things, like a switch that he could have switched. You know, after he dies, let out all the information, let out all the truth. So, yeah, they couldn't do that. He says they couldn't do that. They had to let him out and help him get free. So he does show me the microphone. He compares that to the incidents that happened in the Middle East with the exploding pagers.
The pagers!
He said they've organized this so well to ensure that they make sure it happens, and do so with such confusion that nobody really knows. But we do know. There was 2 assassins in the audience. One to his right side, he shows me. There was somebody on the right side, like over his right, not right directly over his right shoulder, but to the right side in the shadows, who had a special weapon to shoot, and it wouldn't be a regular gun. Be almost like James Bond and having like...
Hey, thanks for being a member of the channel for 3 months. Hey, Karlyn, are the armed queers connected? No, the armed queers are not connected in any way. No, Tyler Robinson was not a far leftist. He was never a queer Marxist. I've said this from the very beginning. The far left had nothing to do with this. It was always and see, this is what I always says. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I sure as shit know that Tyler Robinson is not a far left queer Marxist. There was never, I said this from day fucking one. It was never any doubt in my mind. And the fact that they just kept harping on it and harping on it and harping on it, no, there was no universe in which that was true. It's always been a conservative bullshit narrative.
Yep. And the conservatives are the ones who took him out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Eyeglasses that shoot a weapon. I'm just analyzing. He said it wasn't eyeglasses, by the way. I really hope that you're enjoying this content so far. And if you are, please do hit that thumbs up button. And again, if you're new here, you want accurate predictions, prophecy, smash this for telling and messed up that.
Wait, go back.
Events, predictions.
There we go.
But they did get him in the neck.
Wait, go back a little more.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
But they did get him in the neck.
I stopped at the right place.
And there was a miss. They messed it all up. Everything got messed up that day, he says, for them. And he's really disappointed in somebody that was there that he says was his friend. I thought he was my good friend. I'm shocked to find out that he was a part of it, only to try to gain more power within Turning Point for himself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who he's talking about.
Andrew Colvat.
So much craziness.
He's talking about Andrew Colvat. I bet you.
And so much that needs to be exposed within Turning Point, he says. So much needs to be exposed. That's why the dark entities are now running it. He keeps showing me President Trump. He shows me President Trump in a bit of disappointment. He makes me feel disappointed.
A bit of disappointment. You don't say, Charlie. You are a bit disappointed in Trump, being that, he was probably part of having you assassinated. You're just a touch disappointed in him.
Just a little bit, just a dash, really,
Mm-hmm.
a trifle. Mm-hmm.
And feel a lot of disappointment around him, but he doesn't exactly say why.
Yeah,
he makes me feel like it goes back a long
we're all
time.
disappointed. Yeah, we're all disappointed in Trump. We are all we're all Charlie Kirk now. We're all Charlie.
Yes.
Nope.
I don't know how potentially his father comes into the mix with that, but he keeps showing me his father's in the mix with that. Another surprise. And he smiles. He says, "You'll learn a lot once you get over here. You'll learn a lot." He shows me that his crossing over was very peaceful. Very peaceful. He gives me the sense and the presence of the Christ energy in Jesus. But he keeps saying it was my grandmother that really pulled me over here. She was the one. Because this was traumatic to his soul, to his spirit. He was nervous. He knew things were off. He knew his security detail. There was something off about them. There was some kind of change, too, suddenly to his security detail within an hour before this whole event took place. That was also
I heard
very
about
strange.
that. Very sus.
He also makes me feel like it was strange that there was some kind of change with Erica's schedule that day, too. A sudden change that made her look like the guilty party. But it's the dark entities that take control and took control of her actually beforehand. So it was beforehand.
Wow.
That something took control of Erica, her spirit, like a possession. He says, sorta. But with a possession, the soul still remains in the body. With this, her soul doesn't remain there any longer. Oh, that's very interesting.
So
it's
wild.
A takeover.
That's dark
Exactly,
as fuck,
he
dude.
says. Exactly. It's something very dark, very evil. And then he takes me and he shows me that they do big ceremonies. Of course they do. They use little ones. They're all wrapped up into things that are very dark and evil. But he also shows me Erica has a history. He don't say what that is, but there's a history there, and there's a lot of manipulation. And he really feels like things were manipulated, but he still felt that he was doing God's work, and that's really all that mattered. That's what he felt the most deepest for, that and his children. But keep saying things were off. I knew things were off. Why did I not notice that things were so off?
Because it was your agreement to go.
So what would you
didn't
want
notice
your passing to do for the world? He says that he wants his legacy.
Seeker has a question. Jetfire, you'll probably be able to answer this more than I can. When they do channeling, can they ask the spirits question directly, or is it more they just relay whatever the spirit wants to talk about?
Oh, both. I mean, sometimes spirit wants to just say, it needs to say something, and you're the thing it's going to say it through. And then sometimes you ask questions as well. It's both. So you ask questions as well. So I will ask questions, spirit listens, and I get a download, and then I parse out the information as best I can. Sometimes they speak slow enough and I can keep up with it, but you can ask questions, and sometimes they're like, but I got to say this. Boom. And I've had that experience as well, where it's just they're hammering me with a sentence, and I'm like, okay, sentence. And then they back off like, fuck, thank you. I needed to get that out, So it's, both. It's a conversation. That's all it is.
Bring people together to turn more people, of course, towards Christ and towards the goodness of the heaven.
Bobby asked, do they communicate with words or symbols or pictures? All
of the above. All of the above. And it depends also on what kind of spirit. Some like more animal spirits can communicate with pictures, images. Emotions come through, but words, like if it's a human spirit, it will talk to you. It's something that will send you, like, that's kind of what a download is you'll get like a picture, because it's not going to give you every single detail like you're reading a novel and you get the full description of a lovely summer day in Sussex. Here's a picture of it, and you go, oh, okay, I'm seeing flowers and sunshine or whatever. Sometimes they send you physical feelings. Some mediums will be like, oh, I'm feeling a pain in my my lower right quadrant. Did you die of appendicitis? They're, yep. Mm-hmm. Things like that. Or they might say, ooh, I feel pain in my hands. They have arthritis, and the person that is being read for will be like, oh, that, yeah, they did. And so you get all kinds of sensations. I myself have not had a physical. I get taps. Sometimes I get a spark or a prick, but I haven't had any physical pain. But I don't do the kind of readings that have required me to receive those kinds of messages either. But yeah, all the things.
Yeah. Seeker says you can talk to animal spirits. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There are people who specialize in that. Like, that's all that they do.
Animal psychics.
Mm-hmm.
We did that when Phelan died. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're amazing.
But he feels like this is doing the opposite of that by pulling people apart and making people judgmental, and doing the opposite of what the Bible actually tells us to do, including, he says, including people within Turning Point and within other religions and organized religions. He says it's quite a disappointment. But then he shows me there's a rise of his legacy that comes in the future.
Sorry, not on the video. I was looking at the chat because Seeker was like, oh, that's dope. I want to talk to my dog.
You can.
So what's interesting is when you psychic into an animal, even though they don't speak English themselves, because animals communicate with emotions and images and sensations more than anything, it's almost like it goes through a translator, and you can hear words. It's usually very simple, but you hear the words because it's like spirit speaks in whatever language you speak. So if someone who's Chinese who dies is going to speak to you in English. If I die, I'm going to speak to a Chinese lady in Chinese. Because it's all of it is there in that world. Here, we only have a separation because of our limited physicality. There, it's all there for you. And so sometimes the translation comes to you, and you can get actual words from the animals. And it's really cool. It's a beautiful thing.
In some form or another. And in coming years, he shows me there will be somebody else that will step forward, like kind of in his position. spreading the word.
I want to know what
Nick
Charlie.
Fuentes.
People together.
I would pay fucking money to have some medium say, what do you think of Nick Fuentes now, Charlie? Like, I would pay. Can we find a fucking medium to psychic Charlie Kirk just for that one fucking question? I'm serious. Can we reach out to this guy and be like, bro, we just have one question and it's really important and you're definitely not going to get in trouble all across the internet for having this conversation. But can you just tell us what Charlie Kirk thinks of Nick Fuentes from the afterlife?
I heard an echo of "he's great." I don't know if that was Kirk or not, but that's all I heard. He's great. It sounded like an echo.
Really?
Yeah.
You heard that? Charlie Kirk is with you
way
right
back,
now?
Way back here. I'm not gonna channel Charlie Kirk, but I heard like, oh, he's great. Like, haha, yeah, he's great.
Charlie Kirk likes Nick Fuentes from the afterlife.
Pull them apart.
Confirmed. Jennifer psychicking confirmed.
I should really look into getting some training on it because
no, Jennifer, you have to. You have to become a medium. And I know you can already kind of do this stuff. You just need to focus on it. You've got time. You're out in the middle of the fucking woods. This is a perfect. You can go. You do whatever the fuck you need to do to learn how to do this as well as this guy. That's your job, Jennifer. That's your. I'm assigning it to you as the person who runs this YouTube channel. You have to become a medium so that we can do this.
I already do this very easily, and I feel like if I got training, then I would be like this guy's level because I do it on a rudimentary. I'm like in first grade kind of a thing. This guy's in at least college, you know. So I kind of feel like I can kind of do it. And there are sometimes when I'm amazing, and then sometimes I'm like searching and I'm not in flow and I can't get it.
We will crowdfund you whatever you need. I'm deadly serious. One in the chat if you would crowdfund Jennifer getting additional advanced training to become a spiritual medium so we can have our own resident fucking medium. 2 in the chat if you would not donate to that. I might consider funding that shit out of pocket myself, but I think other people would donate. I want to have my own fucking medium. I have questions. I have so many questions.
Oh my god, all the ones. Yee!
Yeah, we would crowdfund that shit, Jennifer. You go find a medium class somewhere that you want to take, and we will crowdfund that shit.
Somebody asked me, why don't you ever get serious about being a medium? And I say, because I'm too afraid of my own power.
Yeah,
it's like
well,
it
you
feels
are
like
Capricorn.
Well, I love to control things, right? And it's like if I got into that, like how now I can talk to the universe. Whoa.
Now I can talk to the dead.
I've already done that. Yeah, you will all bow to me now.
I would be forever grateful if you became the channel, the channel medium. That would be awesome. We could talk to anyone that's dead. That would be fucking great.
If they want
we could interview Marx. We could interview McCarthy. We could interview Hitler and do it properly. We could interview Charlie Kirk and really get all the good questions.
Hitler's in heaven right now going, Karlyn, let it go. Let it go, Karlyn.
I need an accurate Hitler channeling, please. Like, I'm not asking too much. I just want to know what actually happened.
I would love to really have it as a honed skill.
We could talk to Jesus.
Oh, he's great. Yeah. I kind of feel like I don't know how
Amalek
to explain
felt
this.
it. If you fucking channel Jesus, Amalek's gonna be so felted. I mean, well, Amalek, I know you think that Jesus is not real, but Jennifer channeled him, so you're obviously wrong.
I feel like I've seen so many people channel Jesus, and I've never felt like that's the guy. That's him. It always feels like Jesus a version of him.
Maybe Amalek is right.
Well, the thing is I do think what people are getting are versions of Christ consciousness.
Yeah, I do too. Actually.
But I'm not sure if they're getting like because his name wasn't Jesus. He was Joseph's son. And I feel like people are trying to channel a myth and not the actual person who is the son of Joseph and Mary. And who became this myth, you know? So, I mean, let's channel Hercules. You know what I mean? Let's just go channel Hercules. Well, actually, Hercules' name is Bob. He's the son of Jim and Jane. And, you know, they lived in Lower Greece. It's like, maybe that's kind of like how I feel like they're not getting it. Like, it wasn't, they're not getting I don't know. That's kind of how I feel. But I would be down. Let me finish editing this juggernaut of a fantasy book and let's look into it. I'm down.
Excellent. Jennifer is going to become the resident channel medium, and we're going to be able to channel everyone. That's going to be add a whole new dimension to the show, Jennifer. If we did afterlife channeling,
oh god,
that would be fucking rad. That would be the best.
Right on.
He also shows me that he realizes everything is a part of the human experience and of the soul experience. So he talks about times where he may have appeared to be very judgmental towards different organizations and different people. And he has more of an understanding now. And he said towards the end as well, in the last year or at least of his life, that it is all just part of the soul experience. And we shouldn't judge others. But we should also, he smiles, we should also still pull them towards God and the divine. And again, he shows me concerns around Tyler Robinson because he makes me feel.
Wait a minute, did you see the other Jenny?
Overwhelming feeling.
No, what'd she say?
Jennifer, the Red Menace medium.
The Red Menace medium. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm catching up in the chat.
It's over, funny. Jennifer. You have to do this now. You no longer have a choice. We are going to continue to peer pressure you until you take a mediumship class.
I think it would really actually help with my sense of like trusting myself and confidence and things. I mean, you guys might think, oh, she's a Capricorn. She gets it. I mean, I do get it. That's why I'm scared of it. Mm-hmm. So I think it's cool. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll look into it later in the summer.
Awesome.
Sadness towards him and his spirit.
Yeah, you can tell when someone is authentically channeling. Yeah. You can just tell. This guy is authentic. I have no doubt about this. This guy is authentically channeling.
Yeah.
Takeover. That's a takeover of the mind, of the brain. Yeah. Didn't we just see that recently with David Wilcock? Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Same thing.
Frequency weapons, things that people would not imagine are happening on this planet, he says. Things that he wouldn't have imagined until he got to the other side. And he shows me the web of darkness and how it's all weaved together. And he didn't fit into that weave. And that's part of the reason of eliminating him. So many puzzle pieces that he shows me scattered on the table that were all part of putting this puzzle together. The puzzle for the globalists to the secret society, whoever is organized behind this. And he says it's several.
Oh, yeah.
The table.
They all report
who was sitting at the head of the table when they made this decision. Which she says that shouldn't be shocking to anybody, actually.
No.
It should also not be shocking to anybody that we went to war with Iran.
Yeah.
Oh, this gets real interesting.
6 months after I was taken out.
Yep, because he was the only person stopping it.
Good point. Because he shows me that if he was still here, he would have riled people together.
Yeah.
Because he was starting to realize Israel's not our friend.
Yep.
To try to prevent it. There would have been more push to release the truth around the Jeffrey files. He shows me so much is still hidden. There's so much trafficking and so much darkness within these organizations and these secret organizations, the shadow government. But he does show me there's a dismantling that's happening, as we know. And then he shows me again President Trump. But it's interesting. He shows me Trump and he shows me the God of destruction, the destroyer, the bringer of chaos. That's what he's here to do. So what is Trump? Is he a bad guy or a good guy? And he just says neither. He's the bringer of chaos. It's his mission, his soul mission.
Wow.
Which I've said in the past, but Charlie's confirming all of this. showing me that there's going to be he's showing me some type of a big memorial with a statue of Charlie.
I've heard this from another medium as well.
This big memorial for him. I don't know if this is going to be at the university where this happened or somewhere else, but he shows me a statue. He's honored by this, but he also shows me at the same time what's behind all this is.
Yes. Go ahead.
Correlation is not causation, but it seemed to me like Trump seemed to be more or less towing the line of his campaign promises until Charlie Kirk passed away. Then all of a sudden it felt like the Trump administration went, and now they're just all off kilter, willy-nilly, helter-skelter. And it feels like there was something about Charlie Kirk being a linchpin. And I remember when he died, I said, we've just experienced a watershed moment.
This is what I was saying. Like, I had no, and I think I've heard a lot of people say this too, but it's very true. I had no idea how much Charlie Kirk was holding this shit together. Things have fallen apart on the conservative right since Charlie Kirk died. And I mean, if they're falling apart in public, that means they're falling apart in private too. Because because the people in private are paying the fucking influencers in public for whatever narrative they want to sell. And it's just like, it's so obvious to anyone with a working brain that isn't being paid to have a political position. You can just look at these people and know this is not fucking real. That things they're saying are fucking ridiculous. They don't hinge into reality. They ignore evidence all the fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is not fucking real. This is all a narrative. And so whatever's happening in public with the influencers is exactly what's happening in private. So.
Yeah. As above, so below, as without, so within.
Yeah.
Again, darkness. It's always darkness in the background pulling the strings. So when's this memorial going to come about? He makes me feel that's probably around September, right around the same time of his passing, as a 1-year memorial reminder. And this statue of Charlie looks like a bronze statue to me and a big memorial. I'm not sure where this is at, but it's a beautiful memorial. He agrees. He says, I hope to see people coming together in the coming years. Everything needs to be dismantled. The truth, in order for the truth to be exposed.
Burn it down.
He shows me the whole,
burn it down.
Epstein thing. He shows me truth behind leaders like Netanyahu. Even truth behind other major leaders, Putin, Trump, the list goes on and on.
You know, Charlie's back there like, don't fucking say anything about it, but shh.
Shush. He kind of really gives me this quick disconnect. He shows me the prayers, hands, shows gratitude to you, Charlie. Thanks for the information, the connections, and he kind of just disconnects. But again, as he disconnects, I get that concern over his children. Letting me know that he's always strongly watching over them.
The golem that's mothering them right now.
It's big to him. And I don't know, my intuitive feeling now that Charlie disconnected is that his little one is going to grow up to be something amazing and strong in the future.
Oh, I hope so.
Charlie definitely would have been the president of the United States in the future.
Yeah.
I think that's another reason why they may have eliminated him. Again, Charlie disconnected from me, but Lincoln, now looking at the picture, that is definitely a picture of a future president.
Even though Lincoln was a terrible racist,
and, horrible bigot, aside from his religious beliefs and how he treated other communities, I think it would have been different. He would have shifted. And I believe that, of course, they have things like Project Looking Glass, and they know what the future holds, and they can prevent and shift things from happening and make them go their way. And he was definitely in the way of the globalists, the secret societies, the illuminated ones, or whatever you want to call them. So really, really interesting stuff there, friends. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Well,
that's wild. That is fucking wild. That makes more sense to me than anything that Candace Owens has said. I'm sorry. Like, this makes far more sense than anything that Candace Owens has said.
Yeah, I had 2 psychic flashes because I watched the video of Charlie Kirk getting killed, and the 2 psychic flashes I had was, oh my God, they got him, Trump administration. And then I went, whoop, shush. And I tamped it down because I started crying.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't want to know. And I'm not going to say anything. Disavow. This is a psychic, silly woo-woo show. We're all just silly, crazy.
For entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment
this is for entertainment purposes only. This is not real, obviously.
No, absolutely not. It's all smoke and mirrors.
It's totally satire. Fine. This is a work of satire.
Satire. Yep. So I'm just gonna shut up now.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I would say from the very fucking beginning. And I thought I was going crazy with just like noticing about the Jews, right? I was like, Karlyn, you really can't blame Israel for everything. I actually had to have a stern talking to myself, be like, Karlyn, you really can't blame Israel for everything. That would be unfair and not intellectually honest.
And then
the first flash that I fucking had, and I saw it within minutes. I was on a fucking live stream, and people in my chat, when Charlie Kirk got shot, I was like, holy shit, I pulled it up on the live stream. So I saw like right when it fucking happened. The first thought that ran through my head is, this is about Israel because he was pulling away from Israel. This is about something to do with Iran because he's the one preventing the war. That was the first fucking thought I had. And that this was going to solidify basically going to Israel's war for Iran. Or not.
What's the thing? It's all in Minecraft. What does that mean, you guys? In Minecraft, it's all.
It means we're only doing this in a video game. We're not doing.
We're in a simulation. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like a simulation.
So Minecraft has replaced the Matrix. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
I don't even know, man. Like a lot of this resonated with me. I understand that a lot of people don't believe this stuff, but it's just like that rings very true. And I was perfectly fine with believing that Tyler Robinson did it. It really didn't matter to me. I was not honestly that concerned with it. The only thing I concerned myself with is Tyler Robinson was not a fucking queer Marxist, not a far leftist, in no way, shape, or form. And if that's what the conservative retards really think a far leftist looks like, you assholes really should have paid me a fuck ton of money to teach you better. Because, like, honestly, I feel like listen, man, I'm just going to be honest. If the globalists fucking came to me and said, Karlyn, we will pay you millions of dollars to help us make this shit look real, I would probably take the millions of dollars and just stay out of their fucking way and let them do whatever the fuck they want. I don't want to be involved. But if you want to pay me money to teach you assholes how to do something correctly, I would have taken it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think what kind of spooked me is in assassination moments of that, when this kind of thing happens, there are videos. They did this when Trump got hit on his ear. When he was like, yeah, they had 3D models of the bullet and the positioning and the none of that with Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm. Nobody went, here's where the bullet passed through the side of his neck, because it didn't get embedded in there. It passed through him. It hit a jugular or the carotid, and it went behind him. There's no bullet in the back wall. There's no place where it hit, and you see like a little poof of dust, which you would have seen, or something. None of that. There was no analyzing the pathway from the rooftop down to him. None of that. It was like, oh shit, that was terrible.
Wait, when Trump almost got assassinated, they did that whole simulation where they did the turning of the head and showing the bullet whiz by. It's like, you're right. There was none of that shit with Charlie Kirk.
They did nothing. I mean, I know Charlie Kirk wasn't the president, but he was a prominent figure. I mean, if this was Ben Shapiro, they'd have been like analyzing the pathway of the bullet, 3D freaking head models and the audience behind him, and like, here's how it could have gone. And they did nothing, no analyzing of the scene at all. And that's what I thought about as the news was coming out. I'm like, where's the analytics? Where's the bullet hole? How come they haven't picked up the shell casing? All we heard is they're not locating the shell casing was the first thing I heard. Then it was like, they're not releasing the shell casings they have found. And I'm like, wait a minute, the shell casing would have been on the roof. They're looking for it on the ground. That doesn't make sense. And because it was just two different, everything was conflicting. Like nobody knew what to say. The one hand was not reporting to the other hand. And this poor kid shows up out of nowhere, fucks off and gets caught. and he's not saying anything. He has a complete mental breakdown. But as far as the analytics to
he did have a mental breakdown, didn't he?
Yes,
I
he
totally
did.
forgot about that until you just pointed it out. Isn't
Yeah.
that a coincidence?
That's what happens when you're not doing something, you're not in control of your body. And it's like you woke up the next day and people went, oh my God, you should have seen yourself dancing on the bar tables last night. And you're like, what'd I do? You know, yeah, he had no idea. He had a total mental breakdown. He was put away. He's not even in jail. He's in one of these places with
That's
the I Love Me coat.
wild.
And
I haven't been following this at all because I just don't really care that much. But...
Yeah. He's under psychic evaluation.
Wow.
Like, the dude is on suicide watch and all the watches and all the things. The boyfriend was silenced. He had signed up for some interviews and then that just disappeared.
That's right. I remember that too. Yeah.
So they have slowly just went boop, 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 and picked the grapevine until the grapes are gone and there's nothing but a bare branch and nobody's interested in. They somehow managed to sweep one of the biggest assassinations in history, at least modern history, under the carpet.
That's wild.
That is
fucking wild.
Don't tell me. And then we have two distractors. The guy that got up and was like, yeah, America, in the crowd. And the one asshole who's like, I killed him. The old guy that they were dragging off. And those were distractions. But it's like, and nobody knows where Erica and the kids were.
It's like the fucking movie JFK.
Yeah.
Have we watched JFK for movie night?
No.
It's like 4 hours long. I feel like we need to watch JFK for that. Actually, if you have never seen like JFK the movie,
it's good.
It is so fucking similar to everything Jennifer is saying right now. Yeah. Just the way that allegedly Oliver Stone thinks it had. It's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, they've taken all these things because this was when Kennedy was shot. There were investigators who were honest, who were looking at it going, what about this? And all of a sudden the doors would just be like, oh yeah, we're not going to give you those documents. Oh yeah, you don't need to know that. Oh, that's on a need to know basis. And he kept getting turned away. He couldn't get any answers. And that's exactly what just happened in the age of ultimate technology with fucking cameras everywhere. How is this possible? They can read the shape of your asshole from space.
That is fucking wild.
Come on.
They actually did it. They really fucking did it. Those fuckers.
Yeah.
Man.
This is why I'm going to the country. I'm going to eat a lot of peaches.
Like I said, people might judge me for saying I would totally teach the globalists how to frame a better leftist next time because you assholes really don't know what you're doing if you thought that Tyler Robinson was going to pass as a fucking leftist. Like,
I honestly get the feeling it's just a very sweet, confused young man.
Yeah. But like people might judge me for saying I would totally take money to pay have the globalists pay me to teach them how to do that. But like I feel like what the fuck am I supposed to do? What the fuck am I? I'm not going to fight the globalists, guys. I'm just not. Like I'm really not. I might make jokes about the Jews that people find distasteful, which are always fucking jokes and satire and not real. We love Jews on this channel. Jews are the fucking best. God's chosen people. Shabbat dinner's awesome. Bagels are the best. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna fight the fucking globalists. I'm not going to do it. I
was a Sabbath keeper.
I'm gonna take the money and I'm gonna go buy a big piece of property.
Did you go? Dissurvey. I love that. That gets me every time. I love it. No, I mean, it's not the Jews that we hate. It's the government. It's always the government, the leadership. Some of them happen to be religious leaders, and for me that kind of goes for Islam.
We hate other religions too, to be fair. Like we don't like it. Listen, man,
Catholic Church, the fucking Vatican,
Christianity can go fuck itself. Islam is the worst. Yeah. Like literally fuck all religions. All the religions fucking suck, and we hate them all equally, okay? We don't hate Jews any special amount. We hate them the same as everyone else. They're the same.
I think all we're really doing here is just of note who is having the most influence in the world right now, and pay attention to that. Not because of the religion, but sometimes people who are of religion, who are in power, seek to push that on others. And that's what gets my hackles up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to be forced to convert to anything. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great. That'd be pretty great. All right. Well, we have a second round of the channeling of Charlie Kirk to talk about the assassination. Now, listen, this is a channel that we have watched several times called Channeling Eric. This is a woman, if you've never watched this channel before, I've always liked this channel an awful lot. Now, that being said, not all their channelings are good. There's some of their channelings they're bad and they're wrong and they're inaccurate. But
I still want you to show a little vignette of the original one with Charlie Kirk, because just to show the comparison.
Well, maybe we can just cross our fingers and hope this lady does a good job, because I'm going to be very interested to find out if Charlie Kirk tells this medium the same as the other one.
Yeah, because this is a conspiracy theory. I need to go visit the little goddess room, so I'll leave you to start this off. All right. So I know she always has a little intro and stuff, so I'll be right back.
All right. Part 1. Uno. Entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
Hello, Ginger Bailey.
Hello. I'm doing good, Lisa. How are you?
Good. I want to say that you are so courageous to do what we're going to do now and cover a lot of the conspiracy angles on the Charlie Kirk assassination. So I want to thank you for that. And I also want to thank Eric in anticipation of his help that he's going to give us. And you guys can follow or book a session with Ginger in the links in the description box below and on the screen. You got a spring sale still going on?
Still going on till
we're
the end of
gonna
May,
fast
and I'm
forward through the
going
sales
to
pitch.
sell
No
is
offense,
Ginger.
Ginger.
People, it's worth the wait. All right, yeah.
He's
So
gonna
we're
let
going
you
to talk
know,
about Charlie Kirk. That really affected me. Charlie Kirk was assassinated September 10th, 2025 during the American Comeback Tour event in Utah Valley University in Orem, Ohio. He was killed by a single gunshot wound to the neck from a nearby rooftop. A 22-year-old suspect, Tyler James Robinson, was arrested and remains in custody, facing aggravated murder charges as of March 31st, 2026. The following questions address common conspiracy theories and investigative points surrounding Charlie Kirk's assassination. So the first question is Charlie there, by the way?
He is, Elisa, and he's saying thank you. He's so I just want to tell you really quick, I see him in what he was wearing the last time he was seen.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's saying thank you, and he just feels very like and of course, in spirit we are pretty much like complete in a way, but he feels just so stable and just on point, with everything, and kind of like how he was in life. I just feel this like grounding, very grounded energy. Now, I know I say this a lot, but I don't follow a lot of stuff. So, but I don't live under a rock, obviously. I have family that watches things and not social media so much, but news and stuff. But I do that for a reason, and it's so I don't get my brain confused,
Yes.
And I also see the spiritual side of it. And really quick, I want to tell you, having said that, I don't have like a personal or spiritual, a personal or a political connection to this, but the energy around this, what I'm feeling, and I feel like it's the collective, is frustration and annoyance. It's very strong, very strong.
Yeah.
And it is because of a lot of the conspiracies that are going on and the confusion that's going on out there. That's Eric saying that is why. But I see the spiritual reason behind things, me, Ginger.
Yes.
And that's why I don't like I'm in the middle, like I'm neutral,
non-biased. I think that's great. So Charlie, I will say that this affected me so much that I just cried and had a hard time. I don't know why it affected me so much, but it affected me to the point where I bought a Bible for the first time and read it. The New Testament, not the Old Testament with the angry God, but the New Testament.
He says, he's saying he thinks it's important. he says he thinks it's important for people to keep an open mind, have many avenues of tools coming to you. I apologized to him earlier. I was talking to him and I apologized that I didn't know who he was until this happened.
Yeah.
You know, and he just said that he goes, a lot of people were the same, about that. So,
well, we have a lot of questions from our lovely community. They're brilliant. Here's the first one. There are many different narratives about your death.
I already feel like I feel like this is more genuine. Like I'm actually like I'm on her team on this one. I feel like she actually is channeling. What do you think?
She's one of my favorites, if not my very favorite one that is used on this channel. She's so lovely and she really takes the time to connect. And when she does, she just brings the vibe in, and she's already vibing and she has no agenda. But I love her connection. I love how she speaks, and she stops and listens, and then she'll, because you can hear they interrupt you. They do. And so she'll be talking, and all of a sudden she'll, yeah, okay. And then she'll bring in the message. And I just love how authentic she is. She's my favorite one on this channel.
Happened from your perspective. You seem to have come through several other mediums saying that you were betrayed. If that's the case, who betrayed you? So let's talk about the narrative.
Okay, first of all, Eric is saying that sometimes, and this is important for any subject, okay? Sometimes when you see mediums having the same kind of connection about something, it can be either a confirmation, like a validation. That's why it's always important to follow your own instincts. And I always notice that I do like hand things all the time, and people probably don't know what they mean. But when I'm doing this, that means you're inner, you're sinner,
Okay.
But he's saying it's important to know that it's sometimes too, if there's too much, like we were just talking about, following social media or the media, any media, it can make it being the same, getting the same answers, right? So what he's saying is with the betrayal, it was more of that day and not intentionally. It was more of, if anything, if there was any betrayal, if you want to look at betrayal, he's saying it was more of the lack of public safety measure. Okay. So with security, like not enough security, his security team, can only do so much. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't like, oh, we looked away for a reason, or there wasn't enough for a reason. But what he says is there was a lot of buildings around, like making them vulnerable. And a lot of the thoughts that were going through their minds were this place is safe, right? Like we haven't had a history of violence here. So they weren't thinking that. So, and I also get from him that they're saying that they didn't coordinate with the local law enforcement. Okay.
Why not?
So there were things missed.
Why?
Just lack of resources, and again, that naive.
Yeah, this is not the same. That's fascinating. I guess we'll find out.
We have enough. It's enough. And then I guess there were no like metal detectors, or they didn't do bag checks. They didn't check rooftops. Things like that. But that wasn't intentional. That's important.
Let me give you a difference here. So what's happening is a little bit different than what we just saw. She's getting imagery. She's trying to give you she's setting the scene. And the other guy was just talking to Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk because it was like wasn't the question like, what was it like down there that day? Like, and so he's answering that. This is the general sense of what it was like. And that's what you're getting. So we haven't gotten into the tete-a-tete yet.
Okay. Well, let's see where this goes, I guess.
Because conspiracies, you hear one little thing and it like snowballs, and turns into something.
Yeah, that's the first place they go. Well, wait a minute. So why did they use drones?
They didn't use drones.
Yeah, why
they
not?
Didn't. Oh,
why not?
It was just the it was just the lack of like resource, like lack of people to do this, and also the thought of maybe not needing it. Now let's add to this. Eric's adding something, and this is I feel a repeat a lot. When something's predetermined, you're going to have things set in place to make it happen.
Right.
You know, so it's part of that too. That's the spiritual side of the way things went that day. So there wasn't a betrayal like purposely, like a family member or the government or you know, his security team, you know.
So
That's
an
what Eric
analysis
is
from the
saying, though.
Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the ATF, I should just say that, could not conclusively connect a bullet fragment recovered from Charlie.
Well, you know, listen, it's important to listen to competing views, and we're certainly getting a competing view.
Yeah, I think something.
And people can have whatever opinion they want.
Yeah. Well, and I think we're somehow Eric. Okay, and I've kind of noticed this with Eric, and bless him for doing this because I think some people need this. He buffers a little bit sometimes to protect people, maybe to protect his mother, but I feel like he buffers things and doesn't let all the hard stuff come in all the time because he's just trying to create, how do I describe it? Like the love bubble came to mind. It was just not necessarily a good descriptor, but just he's doing something to filter. Eric is filtering, and I can't describe why I think that. But I hear this a lot because the mediums are always saying, "Oh, Eric is saying this." Like Eric needs to go, "Oh, well, let me take it from here," and then he gives it back to the speaker. And I feel like Eric is really acts as a kind of a buffer zone, and it's not he's not bad. It's not a bad thing, but he does it with purpose, and it may be a protective measure for some reason for his mother.
That makes sense.
Autopsy to the rifle found near the scene of the right-wing political activist killing, and the FBI is running additional tests. Lawyers for Kirk's accused murderer said in recent court filings, "What caused the mortal wound in your neck? A bullet or something else? If it was a bullet, was it a 30-06 caliber bullet? So tell me about that bullet."
Yeah.
Or
So
other type
this
of
is
weapon.
kind of interesting. It was a bullet, and it was that type of bullet, and it was from that gun. Okay. The thing is that he's showing me like it's almost like a piece, like it shattered or something, like it the way that it shaped the bullet. Okay. Is why they're saying fragment. And
It's
then
shattered.
on top of that,
Like an explosive
so he's
microphone.
telling me something. Let me hear this real quick. All right. So he's saying that this has something to do with the gun that was used before there were like a regulation or so. I didn't even know that. I don't know a lot about guns. So I don't know like some kind of regulation that you have to have for markings. Like they have like markings that they get on the bullet, like to connect it. He's saying that this was an older gun that was not regulated yet. Like they didn't have the regulations when the gun was made.
It wasn't.
So
it was his dad's gun.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's saying that hold on a second. He's saying that that's interesting. Just because they're saying that they didn't match it doesn't mean that it's not the bullet to the gun, and that a lot of people are again taking this and running with it like, oh my God, it's not the bullet, it was something else, you know, it gets so like dramatized. And what's interesting that he's telling me is that this is almost in a way can be proof that it's from that gun, because of the fact that it doesn't have the markings and the gun doesn't have the regulation in it to give the, you know, to make the markings. So
what
it
the fuck,
actually
Jetafire?
doesn't actually
This
prove
does
that
not
it's
ring
not.
true at
It
all.
can prove that
They
it
have
is.
problems.
Oh, interesting.
See what I
Like
mean?
I thought, like,
Yeah.
because like
So,
I
yeah, I
really
found
did
that
feel
kind
like
of
he was
interesting.
doing an okay
Kirk.
job at the beginning, but like this is not like something has happened. I don't know what the fuck though, because I don't do this shit.
It feels very like, do you know what this reminds me of? Is if you were asking the FBI what happened, and the FBI is telling you, "Oh, well, you see, the bullet didn't have markings, and neither
Yeah,
the gun
exactly.
was old, of course, which it wasn't.
Mhm.
It was not old. Yes, every gun since they invented guns marks the bullet. It has to do with how the barrel is shaped. They are all, it's like a fingerprint. It's since the invention of fucking guns. And I mean, like, since they made bullets, not that I'm not talking about the stuffer ones with the gunpowder and the ball. I mean, full on pew-pews. This, I want to know why she keeps getting these filter people, because that doesn't seem like Charlie Kirk to me. I don't know. First of all, he doesn't talk around things, and she seems to be talking around things. Like, it feels like she's not getting to the point. And I don't know. I'm just having a blockage with this. I'm feeling resistance, if that makes sense.
I agree.
Interesting. He's saying, okay, Eric's helping me with words here. Thank you, Eric. He's my word guy. Something about ballistics. Ballistics, like having the ballistics, it didn't have it or something. Like, I don't know, like if they put like certain things inside of a gun, but it didn't have that, and it was before it was something that you had to have, like, legally.
Why did it fragment so easily? I mean, going through the soft tissue.
So he's showing. No, they're showing something that it hit, like a ricochet or something. Now I know that there was like a video or something of this. I haven't seen like that because I don't know, like I didn't know who he was, right? So but he's saying that it actually shows it, like it shows it, I guess.
So
if you slow it down,
and then went to his neck.
Okay, hang on.
He's wearing.
Yeah, this is not right. This is not right. What the fuck happened?
Okay, I found an article. I need to do some more digging. September 22nd, 2025. Authorities said the gun used in the killing of Charlie Kirk may be a decades-old untraceable rifle. Prosecutors and officials identified the gun as a Mauser model 98.30 or .30 no, .30 to -06 caliber bolt-action rifle, a type originally manufactured in Germany for military use during both world wars. It may predate U.S. laws enacted. Okay, so what she's saying seems accurate, but I think that he is, like, maybe this is getting brought up to say they picked this gun, like they gave this kid, somehow the kid got this gun and his dad had the gun. Maybe they picked his kid because this guy, his dad had the gun, to say that, oh, well, we can't trace the bullet to the rifle because neither of them have the markings because it's just so old. So maybe he's even alluding to why this kid was picked, not how he was killed.
Yeah, I don't know. And you think she's just like slightly misinterpreting what he's saying?
I do, and It's Not Okay Golf says it was not a 36. Hang on, let me re-look it up.
I don't know. I feel like something's weird now. Like, it feels more cold to me now, and it has actually, like, for several minutes. It feels more cold to me than the beginning, and I don't know why that is.
I think it's almost like they're being stopped from, like, there's how do I say this? Disinformation police on the other side too, is how I'm feeling about
like the reptilians.
Absolutely, the reptilians.
The fucking reptilians.
But I mean,
the reptilians are controlling the psychic. Well,
how can they keep feeding off us if they don't keep us fully confused? And how do they have to maintain some level of control, and that includes all kinds of information. And why not divide the psychic people too?
When I said I felt like she was really channeling at the beginning, I actually still like I do believe she's really channeling. I just don't think she's channeling what she thinks she is.
I agree, and I think Eric is causing that.
Yeah,
I do. I think there's something in Eric that is not like she's not talking to Charlie Kirk. She's talking to Eric, who's talking to Charlie Kirk, and it's like the interpretation is, it's like a game of telephone. Maybe that's the sensation I'm getting. I don't think this is inauthentic or disingenuous. I feel like it's not a clear, pure connection as direct as the previous guy that we saw, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm gonna still look up this gun because OK Golf said it wasn't that gun. So somebody look it up. I'm having a hard time with this.
Oh,
metal.
okay.
Like a vest, like a vest.
Vest. How ironic is that?
Yes, this is important. He just brought up, Elisa. He's saying that there are some that are saying that the shot that was made was like a 1 in a million. The person would have to be like
Okay, we need to bring up the chat.
professional
Hang
or
on.
something.
We need to bring the chat up to speed here. Erica is the name of the wife of Charlie Kirk. However, Eric is the name of the chick on the right's son. So when she's saying Eric is saying, it's not Erica. It's not Erica Kirk. She's talking to the son of the lady in the white with the short hair. So let's not get let's not get our streams crossed here. We're not talking to Erica Kirk. We're not talking about Erica Kirk. We're talking to Eric. Okay.
But he's saying that it's almost like being struck by lightning, like, you know what I mean, like that one time, and he's showing that the guy was aiming, and he knows this from the other side. The guy was aiming in his head. The guy was aiming at the head.
Okay.
So, but the way that, I don't know, like the wind speeds or whatever was going on, and the way that it shot, and the movement, like he's showing a movement of the gun, made it go downward.
Okay.
But that was the target. The target wasn't the neck. So if the target was the neck and he hit the neck, then yeah, I mean, that could be like a 1 in a million, like that far off, I guess.
He's going to shoot for the head, of course.
So he's showing that that's what the actual target was. And so
sense. Yeah.
trying to put to bed, these are Eric's words, some of the conspiracy out there, because these are very dangerous. Some of them can be dangerous and keep.
She's gonna go totally off the fucking rails now. It's gonna be great.
Mixed in with the truth.
I missed it. I was looking at something. They said it was a high-powered bolt action rifle.
I don't really think it matters, honestly.
Or were there other individuals
curious now
who actually shot you? And maybe Robinson's just a patsy.
He was only shooter.
Oh, okay.
He was only shooter.
Oh.
There was something though he's saying.
I believe the other guy.
Yeah.
There was something that he was saying about there were
how disappointing. God damn it.
Tried to say they were.
I still want to watch
started
it,
another thing, but it wasn't. It was just that one person.
All right.
What's his Tyler Robinson?
Okay. Tyler Robinson, yes. Now, some conspiracy theories say that Robinson's partner, Lance Twiggs, was working for some secret service to convince Tyler to be a part of this assassination plot. Truth or false? Good.
False. Okay. He wasn't working with somebody. Real quick, he's just saying that, but he was one of the reasons. Like motivation, not reason, but like motivation for it.
What kind of what was behind the motivation?
So with Robinson, with the shooter, there was a lot of
yeah, she's channeling a Fed. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's showing me in the last like year or so that he was really getting wound up about political things, political views, and more. And this is not me. This is Eric saying this. That,
Eric is lying.
It was more of a left side, but that doesn't mean we're not picking. Okay, I just have to make that clear.
There's crazy on all sides. Trust me.
Right. And so he's saying that he was more going that way, but there are things on that side too that, like in the media that he was following, and this happens on the other side too, that
I do think she's
said or put out of
actual Charlie Kirk.
They get put out like
totally.
What am I trying to say?
Two
Where it gets out of context, where it gets
go ahead.
Well, 2 channelers now, and the gal is one of my favorites. But 2 channelers now on this. Now I'm questioning all of this. I'm questioning all the channeling Eric stuff. only because I feel
I
like
am
when
too,
they're
actually. Yeah.
yeah, when they're talking about just like spiritual stuff and things, like I feel it's really nice and on the nose. Uh, but my spidey sense hackles are raised on this whole topic, and I feel like we're not there's this is again I keep hearing filtered, and that's just what's happening here, and for some reason her channel is not getting the real Charlie Kirk, and I don't think it's the medium's fault, but I also, these mediums don't know who he is. They can recognize him. They wouldn't feel his vibe. They wouldn't like, you're not Charlie. Who am I talking to? Like, they have no way to alert themselves to go, because this is the gal who channeled Ozzy, and when she fucking knew Ozzy. When Ozzy showed up, she was like, fucking Ozzy, She knew it, but I think in this case, she doesn't know. So that's one thing you have to be super careful with, yeah.
Context, right.
Yeah, it gets out of context, and so he was just really driven by this hatred. And the more that he would okay, so he's saying with Charlie, the more that he would like listen to things he said, and it wasn't just him, there were others that he would watch, but this was an opportunity that he had, so with Charlie, and he's saying that this is Charlie going, that Robinson would have, if there were, say, 4 people like Charlie, it would have been the one that he was closest to and had the most access to, and the one that was the most opportunity. If there were like 4 different people saying the same things, I guess is what he's saying. So it wasn't like, something personal. It was more of his words, and he felt like he was lying. And
Dude, wait.
What?
Okay. I am going to share this with you.
Okay.
I'm putting it in our personal chat. This is not the gun that they're saying was fired. There's no way. This is a YouTube short showing what kind of damage the weapon they're saying it does.
Over this guy today, I don't know the guy.
It takes a minute to get there, but they get there.
A pork neck, and he shows what the damage actually looks like. Okay, check it out.
So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate that with a pork neck. So we have pretty hefty pork neck here, and solid bone, a couple inches of meat. We're going to see if we can get a bullet to stop in it at 100, and this time,
Reagan, Alpha's right.
175 meters, and we're going to see if we can hit this right square in the center and get a 150 grain bullet to stop. That's our close approximation to a deer neck, well, to Charlie's neck. So, and again, for size reference, see what we got.
Wow. Looks
obliterated.
Right?
For the next
and he really wrapped that thing like packed, like
obliterated.
The neck struck ran over this guy today. I don't know the guy.
Sorry.
Hang on. There we go.
Propaganda, and these are just in his head. And violence starts in the head, Eric said. Violence starts in the head.
Oh my God, this is ruining the entire channel for me.
Some people said there was some sort of laser thing, or not true. Okay.
Wow, really? I mean, I'm always amazed at how certain things can get to from here to a million miles over here. Of the truth.
The human mind, baby, full of imagination. So there was some text exchange between Tyler and Lance. Was that real? Talking about "I love you, baby." I don't know what they were lovers apparently, and I can't remember what the text said. I probably should have looked that up. But anyway, was the text between Tyler and Lance Twiggs fabricated or real?
I think that was real, personally.
I'm hearing it was real, and it had a few things to do with them talking about what happened. So, like admitting like what happened. That's Charlie saying that.
Okay.
Talking about what happened, he said. And of course, like that I love you back and forth, but it was more of two, like he didn't tell him or something, like he heard it first, like the
I think Chick's off her game today.
It was transgender.
Yeah, what'd you just say?
I think Chick's off her game today.
Yeah, I think she's channeling something. I don't think she's channeling Charlie Kirk.
But when she was talking to Ozzy, she was like in the room with him. That's what it feels like. Because, you know, like when I was talking to David Wilcock, when he gave me a brief, beautiful visit, it was like he was just standing right. He was like right here. He was just right here. And I'm like, hey, yeah, it's going down. He was like right here. And then you talk to him and it's like, hey, man, you're vibing. And I don't see her doing that in this case. She seems to be struggling. And I think it's because her connection is, it's either weak or in the wrong place. But for some reason, she needs to be she's on the show. So her human brain is like, we have to, we have to chat. We have to do something. And I feel like she's off her game. And it's not the same. That Aussie channel was beautiful. She was like with him, talking with him, chat. Very cool. And listening to him and laughing. And then she would like, oh, he's saying this, he's saying that. She hasn't said anything that Charlie is saying. She's just answering questions. But I don't know who's doing the answering of the questions.
His girlfriend. This is something I heard like when I heard somebody watch like one of my kids or something.
Somebody tell John to watch the first half of the stream.
So if that's wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But because I feel like what Charlie's saying is that was another reason that he was against people that were like he was discriminative and racist, and he's naming off things. Charlie was. This is what
Charlie
he
was,
said.
right.
That
He said marriage should only be between a man and a woman. He was, you know, very conservative.
Right. And so these are things that built that anger inside. But yes, to the text messages. True. And they're going to use these, I think.
Oh, really?
Trial.
Okay. Why did the FBI confiscate all the video cameras at the ER of the hospital where Charlie was rushed into?
Indeed.
Yeah. Why?
Okay, so he's just saying this was something they did because of they knew all of the all of those conspiracies and all of the things that was going to happen around this, not just conspiracies, but just all of the story around this. And it was going to be a big deal. Like it was going to be big, like Kennedy, you know, I'm not comparing him to Kennedy, but just something like that, or Michael Jackson dying. And the reason why he's bringing those two people up, that wasn't me, that was him bringing those two people up, is because they were trying to, I'm going to use the right words here. He was trying to control privacy for him. Okay. So it didn't get like, you know, there's pictures leaked out there of him when he was gone. That was for his privacy.
Okay. So George Hodgson's
Spiritual
Zen,
says,
a 71-year-old man who, there you already mentioned this, falsely claimed to be the shooter, said he was paid to be a decoy. Is that true? If so, who paid him?
Oh, that guy said he was paid to be a
talking
decoy.
about earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
See how good you are. Look how good you are. I mean, really. That's amazing.
Thank you. So let me see what he's saying here. So he's saying that this person wasn't, that it's false, like it wasn't somebody who was a shooter, or did you say decoy?
Decoy, that was paid to be a decoy.
Yeah, he's saying no to those things, but he's showing me that this person is mentally ill, and it was like he wanted to take the responsibility and for it. He wanted to get like the credit for it, but he has a mental illness. Is what he was saying. And
suicidal. Zen ages ago.
Suicidal, and
like everybody knows that. They're talking about Zen, right? Like we all knew he was fucking crazy anyway. We knew that. We know that. Thanks for the news flash.
Mentally ill. So it wasn't true.
Okay. Yeah. Zachariah Ahmed Qureshi, a 25-year-old Provo resident and MBA student.
Jennifer, I got to pee. I'll be right back. Okay.
That his dad is a high-ranked military.
I am in control now.
According to According to a recorded police dispatch, Zachariah was followed right after the assassination, going to the hospital going to actually hospital after hospital to look for Charlie. After having been interrogated by the FBI, he was dismissed as a possible person of interest. Firstly, why was he going hospital to hospital looking for Charlie?
He wasn't. He wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, Charlie's saying he wasn't. This was a misidentification where so he was showing me, as you were reading that, he was showing me like looking at the hospital cameras and seeing somebody that resembled this person that was in the crowd, I guess, at the event.
Okay.
They're showing like so Charlie's showing that this guy was like standing kind of close or something, like he was in line, or were they asking questions to him or something? Were
yes,
people lining up?
Yeah, they
Because
were.
he's showing like a line to talk to Charlie.
Okay.
So I didn't know, like I thought he was talking to like
the question
but
line.
I guess maybe both.
Yeah.
And so they had a good like look at this guy, the security, right? Charlie's security. And of course, Charlie's security was helping along with the police. They're like, what did you see? You know, that kind of thing.
Sure.
So they're working together.
Go ahead.
Did you ever see the interview with the guy who was questioning Charlie Kirk when it happened?
I have, and I didn't like it, so I don't really remember it.
I thought it was kind of sad. It was kind of heartbreaking. Dude was rattled as fuck. Like, he was like, I am the last guy who talked to Charlie Kirk, and it has altered my, like, it has changed my life. Kind of. He actually has gone from, because he was like, I was up there ready to just ask some questions and argue with him and debate him. And he's like, now I'm looking him up. I'm looking more into him. I don't hate him anymore. Like, he flipped from Charlie hater to Charlie lover and supporter, and he is rattled. Like the interview I saw, he was kind of shaky. Like this shit affected him, and I can't imagine. I mean, if you're sitting there talking to someone, and the next thing you know, bleh, you know, I would be rattled too, sir. So yeah, he seemed like actually a really nice, normal dude who was just like in the spot at the time. And
that's crazy.
It was, oh yeah, it's a little, it makes you kind of go, oh buddy, oh my gosh, that had to be so hard. Yeah.
Well, this episode's almost over, and then we can have a little chat about it. So we're seeing this through.
Okay.
And so they were looking at the cameras for some reason. I don't know. He's just saying like they were looking at camera footage, and they seen somebody resembled him.
Okay.
Again, this gets out, and it got snowballed into, I mean, that's just what he's telling me. Okay.
So he had nothing to do with it.
He had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. And matter of fact, this poor guy, and I say that because that was Charlie's words, saying this poor guy afterwards, anybody who was like they thought was somebody who was in on it, or somebody that the police were questioning before they knew for sure who it was, before they caught who it was, were getting, like he's saying, like death threats and stuff. Like he was getting harassed.
Poor guy. His life
What
might never
happened
be
to
the same.
what happened to innocent until proven guilty? Eric's talking about how sometimes that is not remembered, you know?
Okay.
Oftentimes.
I think this is a good spot
That's
to
hardly a thing
stop.
anymore.
Good place to stop.
All right. That was so disappointing.
Meh.
Man, that was so disappointing. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, she was not in the room, which he was not in the room.
She was channeling something. She just wasn't channeling him.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, man.
I didn't even feel his essence in there. Normally, that channeler gets their personality, gets their phrasing. Like you can hear them coming through her. And so that was surprising, because even let's say we didn't even watch the one before this, and we just saw that, we'd have easily gone, well, where's his sense of humor? Where's his personality? Where's his
it was
his exuberance? Yeah, exactly. It was very cold. Something up there. I think she was off her game. Bless her heart. Not every day can be a good day. You know, for real.
No, channelers are people too, and some of them are good, and some of them are bad, and some of them sometimes get it wrong.
Yeah, I've had some instances where people are asking me questions about someone, and I try to get the message, and I'm just not getting it. And I'm like, I don't feel them. I don't see them. I don't hear them. This is not, I don't know what this is, but this is what I'm hearing. And I'll say what I'm hearing. And they're like, well, that's not what I wanted to hear. I'm like, probably because that's what you needed to hear. But I mean, I'm just not getting what you want. I'm not getting that person. For some reason, they're not coming through. And if that is the case, I say it because I don't want to be, I'm not a fraud, and I would never try to lend fraud to this profession. And I'm not saying she is, but I don't think she had enough spiritual tactfulness, if that makes any sense. She's out of touch with Charlie Kirk enough that she had no idea who she was talking to and the magnitude of this exact conversation. Like, she knew of him, but she didn't get him. Like, watch some videos, get his essence, and you'll know if you're talking to him or not. Do your homework. I mean, even if it was like, hey, Jennifer, channel Mussolini. Well, fuck, I better learn some shit about Mussolini so I know I'm talking to the guy. What if I'm not getting him and I'm just like hearing some bullshit from, spirit number 2725, I need to know. So anyhow, it's funny though. I have to say, sorry, I'm meandering onto something that had to do with me, but let's talk about the video first.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, it's just like I feel like the first one rang very true to me. This one did not ring true at all. And it's like, I just don't even know. It's like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just like disappointing. And it kind of makes me listen. I do kind of agree with you. It's like, everyone has bad days. People can get it wrong. There's any number of things. Like, this is not channeling from the dead is not a science. Okay. It is an art form. And sometimes artists fuck up and they paint some stupid ass painting and it's ugly as shit and doesn't go with anything else. And it's a dumb painting. And they never should have made it, but they did because they were having a day. Okay. It's just the way it goes.
Well, and from writing, sometimes you're writing and it's like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever put on the paper. And then another day you're like,
you're like, no, this is not amazing anymore. Yeah.
So forgiveness totally abounds. But I do wish she had a little responsibility in knowing who was coming through, because it would befall her to say, I'm not getting Charlie, I'm getting this, or Charlie's barely here. But for some reason, Charlie connected with Tittle much better. Like, they were just hanging out and having a beer. Like, that was so great. This was completely me. But, oh well, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh well, it's okay. We forgive them. People make mistakes. I'm like, starting, like, maybe, like, I don't know, man. Like, I really do question a lot of the content on that channel. I'm like, what? So do I need to go rewatch this?
I need to watch other channelers.
Another fucking channel ruined for me forever. But I also feel like I found that channel over a decade ago at this point. And I watched a ton of the older content. I haven't watched as much of the newer content, and I don't really know any of these channelers, so maybe it's just changed. I don't know.
I think as we've watched it over the years, I would say that the channeling Eric channelers and channel itself is a 7 out of 10. We've come across plenty that were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then there's like 7 out of 10, 7 times out of 10. We're like, this is great, So I think it is what it is. That's how unpredictable shit is, man. But I have to say that you guys were talking about maybe possibly putting me through channeling school. I kept hearing purpose. Yes, that's your purpose. Because I heard Joshua the psychic kept saying, you're not fulfilling your true purpose. And I've heard that from 4 people. People who have read my cards, people who are psychics. And I'm like, well, what the fuck does that mean? And I know what part of it is. Part of it is coaching and teaching. It has to do with writing. It has to, and then healing and like all the psychic-y and literary things that I do. But there was like this one missing element. I'm like, well, what the fuck is that? And I've been thinking about channeling, but I always go, because I don't have enough self-confidence for that. And then I just kept going, yes. And I'm like, okay, get off me. I have to find a house and move into my house, and I have to finish editing this book. Then we'll one thing at a time, people. I only have one body, but I'm kind of feeling that is the smuggest bitch face I've ever seen from you.
I have delivered you to your purpose, Jetafire. You're welcome. You have found your purpose because of me. You are welcome.
Oh, praise the Karlyn. No, I'm very intrigued. I think there was one time when I actually did a little meditation about it because I had thought about it, and I can't quite put into words what I felt.
David Wilcock was the beginning of the journey.
Oh, Reagan.
It was the first sign, Jennifer.
Publicly,
it was the first sign.
I've channeled before for years. I've just never done it here because I get a little shy and I get a little scared. I'm like, well, what if I don't do it right? And and so I need training to get the confidence.
Guys,
so
we're gonna have our own medium. We're gonna have our own medium. We're gonna treat her real nice. We're gonna buy her treats and things like that, and we're gonna
send me booze and chocolates. Yeah, but anyway, I posted this thing that I'm actually, and I posted this on Facebook, and it was my one of my very few. I hardly ever do this vague posting because I fucking hate vague posting. It's bullshit. Never do that. It sucks. But I had to say it somewhere. I had to write it down somewhere, and I don't journal or anything. So I put it on Facebook, and I was like, when contemplating my true potential, I'm actually terrified of how powerful I would be.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of mine who is also kind of in the same boat as I am was like, I feel that loud and clear. And I was like, yeah, buddy. So maybe it's just time to take the fucking leap, bitch.
Yep. Time to become a medium, Jennifer. Time to become a famous internet medium.
No.
Channeling the dead.
Be an author who writes smut. I don't want to be a famous
We're gonna ask all the important questions.
Can I also
of all the spirits, like okay, Hitler, what actually happened? Like, can you just give us a full account?
Leave it alone, Karlyn. I don't want to talk to you. I'm tired of you talking to me all the time. Stop it. I'm tired.
We're gonna ask Charlie Kirk. Charlie, what do you really think of Nick Fuentes now? Can you give us a full rundown of your entire feud with Nick and just let us know how that occurred and what you think of it now?
I just he's very cute. Like he's cute energy. Oh, he's so cute energy. Like, aw, no.
Yeah. Are you channeling Charlie Kirk right now?
I get vibes. I'm just telling you what the vibe is. I'm not like bring me Charlie Kirk. More Charlie Orson.
Maybe you should.
I get vibes, like when David Wilcott popped in, he popped in. Charlie's around, but I just hear like laughter and like, yeah, he's cute. He's a good guy. And I think he likes Nick Fuentes. I don't think he has like a strong opinion about him, honestly. He's like, he's gonna do great things, and as long as he keeps his nose clean and have some close calls. So,
all right, we're gonna get you some mediumship school, Jennifer. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be.
I guess what I get nervous is people are like, "Can you talk to my grandmother?" And it's like, I mean, I can try. I've done things like that before, and I actually did. There was a bar that I used to frequent a lot, Kel Surprise, that one of their their regulars, that was there like every fucking night for like 20 years, died. And he had nobody to leave anything to. And the bartender and the owner were like, they knew I was a psychic. I did card readings for both of them all the time. Because I would take my basket of cards, of tarot cards, to this bar and sit down and go, buy me a drink and I'll read your cards. And I would drink for free and do tarot readings. And it kept me sharp.
You responsibly did psychicry while you were drinking?
Fuck yeah. That's not irresponsible. Jennifer. People like
I think it's slightly irresponsible.
Priestess of Delphi would sit by fucking vapors, get high as fuck to bring messages.
High is different than drunk. I am much more psychic when I'm high than when I'm sober. Like
I don't do it when I'm high. I can't do it when I'm high. I'm way too zoned out. It zones me out too much.
I'm like focused.
You're an Aries. It's different. I'm a Capricorn. If I get flighty, I just go. I'm like a balloon. It doesn't work. So anyway, it relaxes me enough to let go of my control issues, so I can read. Now, being drunk, yeah, bad. But anyway, and so they asked me about this guy, and I felt zing ding, ding ding ding, boop 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 boop, and I was just like feeling him zip around, and they were like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, he's here." And they, "Well, what is he saying?" I said, "He's not saying anything. He's just feeling really good." So he was in a lot of pain, and now he doesn't have any pain, and he's like zipping around because it feels really great to not be in pain. And they went, did you ever meet him? I said, I don't even know who you're talking about. And they went, well, he had like hip pain. He had like shoulder surgery. He was arthritic. He had like his back was out. Like he was always in pain. And I was like, I don't fucking know who you're talking about, but okay. So they confirmed that. And then they said, well, what should we do with his remains? We don't know what to do with his ashes. Ask him what to do with his ashes. And I just froze. I was like, what should we do with your ashes? And I heard nothing. Just boop, 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 boop. And ha 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 ha. And I'm like, he's laughing at you. And they're like, why is he laughing? I said, because he thinks it's funny you're so concerned about his ashes. He's nobody. And they went, well, yeah, he didn't think he was anybody special. And they're like, but we need to know what to do with his fucking ashes because we don't want him in our house. And they kept pressuring me. And he stopped right here, like just 3/4 view. He went, bury them under the fucking bar. Poof, and off he went. And so I said that. Bury them under the fucking bar. And they both fell apart. And they went, oh my God, that's exactly what it would say. And I said, he's gone now. He's frustrated with both of you. He's out of here. And so they're like, all right, we know what to do. And I'm like, you're not literally going to do that, right? They're like, we had a courtyard outside. No one's going to fucking know. We do it at 2 a.m. No one. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay.
That's amazing.
It was bizarre.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
Mediumship school.
It was like
here we come.
years ago. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. All right. That'll help bolster but then I will be all powerful.
That's okay, Jennifer, because you know what, you want to know why? You're on my side and you're my medium, and so
Like,
I'm already taking possession. You can't go on any other fucking YouTube channel and be a medium. You have to be here. Only
on this channel. Okay.
Yeah.
I expect
exclusive
compensation. Yes. Okay.
The exclusive mediumship channel. I'll be fucking Jennifer. This is gonna be fucking cool. If this happens, we're gonna be able to do all sorts of cool shit. We're gonna be able to interview world leaders throughout history. We're gonna be able to interview famous people. We're gonna be able to we're gonna be able to interview politicians. We're gonna we're gonna be able to ask all the important questions. You can probably like channel aliens and all that shit too.
Oh
like,
yeah.
we can talk to an alien.
My own Bashar dude.
Yeah, we can get our own fucking alien.
I really want to talk to the Pleiadians. I've always wanted to. And I've always heard, yeah, we're always here. And when I've opened my mind to them, I have like very peaceful dreams or weird dreams, but they always say, just ask us to come to you when you're falling asleep. And I do that. And then I hear, yeah, but you don't mean it. And I'm like, oh, fine. Call me out like that. I don't know. I have a filter that I don't know how to let go of. There's a trapdoor. And I think that's what the whole training thing might help unlock. And I'm kind of scared of that, but maybe that's my next evolution. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It's okay. You don't have a choice now, Jennifer. You've already said it on the internet and we already know, and we're going to continue to peer pressure you until you do it. Yep. I'm already colonizing the medium. The medium is now the property of the YouTube channel and Red Menace Media in perpetuity.
when I went to my Reiki training, my Reiki master said, like, she said I was the fastest student she'd ever worked with. She's like, I've never seen anybody move energy the way you move energy.
Yeah, because you just go like that, basically.
Yeah, it's there. It's just and I don't know why. It's just maybe, like I've said before, lifetimes and lifetimes of practice. By the time I'm here, I'm just that good. I mean, what can I say? But everybody has something like that in their lives that they're that good at, and that is something, whatever that is, nurture that, be proud of it, because all of you have it. There is something you all have, even if it's, belching the alphabet, whatever it is, like, you're good at it. So anyway, be proud of yourselves.
Cool.
I'm done.
All right. Well, I'm glad we've decided Jennifer's future life purpose, and it involves indentured servitude on this channel in perpetuity. And so I'm glad we're
wait. No massa.
You don't like the indentured servitude bit? It's going a step too far.
Oh, there will be a price.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Jennifer, do you have any other announcements before we wrap up?
I do. I am not announcing, that was a triple negative, which still means no, what the movie is on Sunday movie night, because it is a surprise. I am doing a surprise. May got a little weird with the movies that I had planned, so I got off on my schedule, and I've decided that I'm going to surprise you with a movie on Sunday, and you're not going to know what it is until I push play, which is going to be tricky because that means I can't share my screen. I'm going to play music and I'm going to put hints in the music what the movie is. And then I'm going to have to like stop my screen share, bring up the movie, then reshare my screen, and then you're all going to go, oh, God, not this.
Oh, great. Awesome, Jennifer. That's exactly the type of movie I want to watch.
It's the best movie.
Jennifer's first surprise Sunday movie night.
I've never done this before. It's a surprise Sunday movie night. Trust me, it is highly entertaining. You will want to watch this one. It has a stellar all-star cast. It is a really great flick. Masterful writing. Chef's kiss. Deep.
If this is fucking Monty Python, I'm gonna fucking kill you. If this is fucking Monty Python and you've been hiding it from me because you don't want me to be pissed, this is fucking Monty Python, isn't it?
No,
and the reason that it's a Sunday surprise.
No, I can honestly say no, without joking.
Okay.
Sci-fi month. May is sci-fi month.
I didn't know if you were following the theme or not, because I was just like, I had a flash of doom that the reason you were hiding this is to try to confuse me. to make me watch fucking Monty Python again.
We're watching The Secret of what was the only one we haven't watched. We did Life of Brian and we did The Holy Grail. We haven't done The Secret of Life. Wait, no, that's not what it is. Anyway.
Well, I'm not trying to give you any ideas, but I'm glad to hear it's not that.
I don't need your help. I have many ideas. No, so that's that. So I will be revealing that movie when I press play on Sunday. Join us 7 p.m.
7 p.m. movie night, not 8 p.m. 7 p.m.
7 p.m. I'm moving it up an hour, henceforth in perpetuity. Next Monday, our beautiful mystery. Not mystery. I'm the mystery. Our beautiful Monday movie night master Macby will be doing Gemini June because I think May ends.
He's basing an entire movie month on an astrology sign.
Hold on, it looks that way. Stand by. Yes, because May.
How creative.
Yep. So it'll be June.
Macby in with the creativity.
Yep. June 5th, Gemini June. And I think he kind of did this another time too. Yeah, he did it last year as well. Max Gemini June. Gemini June. And so he's doing, I guess, I don't know if these are stories about Geminis or Geminis as the main characters or written by Geminis. He will have to illuminate us. I don't know if he's in the chat. I saw him earlier, but I don't know if he's still with us. But he's going to be doing a really good classic, one of my favorites. I may have to sacrifice some editing time to be for this one because I love this movie and it is Misery.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie. I was accused of being Kathy Bates many times several years ago by the people gang stalking me, so I might have a little trauma associated with this particular movie.
You know what? Kathy Bates came out of nowhere as a masterful, okay, chubby actress who doesn't look right now that she's lost her weight. May I say that out loud? Because she just doesn't. She looks weird. And is now playing the new Perry Mason or some bullshit. I mean, come on. What are you doing, Kathy? But this was like her first fucking premiere role. Won an Oscar. Fucking, I'll take chubby Kathy Bates. Compare me to that. I'll take that all fucking day. That bitch was laughing to the bank, bitches. Shit. Who cares about what your body looks like? How much money are you making, you fat bastards, from your mother's garage or fucking basement while you down pizza and fucking Mountain Dew? Get over yourselves, you fucking losers.
You know, someone was like passing some like old Oscar footage around Twitter the other day. Like we're talking like, 20 years ago when everyone actually looked fucking healthy. Maybe even 30. It was actually probably more than like 30 years ago when everyone actually looked healthy and fucking normal. And it's like, come on, man. Like, I feel like perceptions around weight are like all over the place now where it's like, I feel like, no, I'm not trying to be like a fat liberation body positivity person because those people are mentally fucked as well. But it's also like, no one even has a sense that people can just lose weight by dieting. No, like everyone thinks it's like some sort of drug or some sort of crazy thing. And all these men, they're constantly obsessed with weight. Like, they don't even have a sense of what's fucking normal. They don't. They have no sense of even what's normal. So the fat positivity people don't have a sense of what's normal.
No.
And the fucking women-hating men have no idea what's fucking normal.
The fat positivity people are just trying to make excuses for their unhealthy lifestyle, in my honest opinion. with love, because I know they're coping, and I'm sure that part of the reason they are the way they are is probably because they've had some form of abuse in their lives, and we all cope with that in different ways. On the other hand, it is okay for there. I think what this is all about, honestly, isn't weight. It is free speech. It is, can you talk about other people's bodies? And in my mind, yes, you can. Should you be an asshole about it? That's socially bad.
There's a difference between like, can you do something and should you do something?
Yeah.
And it's just so incredible. And like, listen, I've had to fucking hear about my weight for fucking years. I've had people photoshopping pictures of me for years. I've had people going through videos to find the worst possible angle so that I look my most fattest for fucking years, to spread all that screenshot like all over the internet. Like, I mean, you know, they were saying like, Karl, 300 pounds, 400 pounds. You've seen me in person. I was literally never that big.
Never. No.
Yeah. And it's just it just gets frustrating after a while, because it's like, you can say, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like, this is every fucking day. And now that I've lost the weight, it's like either people don't believe it, or they say, oh, you're on Ozempic, or they fucking cope,
but
or like,
it's like,
oh my God,
do that.
Who
You're not
cares,
surprised.
man? Who
You're not
fucking
surprised.
cares?
Don't be surprised.
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised. I'm just
which
disappointed.
Outs them as a bunch of fucking fake haters, fake and gay haters. And it doesn't matter if you weigh 300 pounds or 30 pounds. There are fake and gay haters, and it has nothing to do with who you are and what you do. And you know that they're just razzing because they know they can get to you with it.
It's just but it's so toxic though. It's so fucking toxic. It just is. And I don't internalize it. I don't take it personally, because I am used to this shit. But it's just like, I hate being around people right now. I fucking hate it, man.
I think, you know, if someone came after me, because I'm a little fluff, and that's okay, and I don't mind it. And you know what? I earned this. I worked hard for it. I have a whole. This is part of my totem. It is my.
Do you know how much rum Jennifer had to drink?
This is true. No. You're making a very good point here. This is my totem, and your body is your totem. It tells your life story. Sometimes it's a fluffy totem, sometimes it's a thinner totem, and that is all, you know. And it waxes and wanes. And I have been super skinny in my life, and I've been fluffy in my life, and I'm, you know, and you get fit, but I've never been healthy, and that's what I want to do now. And if I have a little extra fluff as I'm getting healthy, I'm okay with that. And if anybody wants to come at me, go ahead. I don't care. I do not care. You have no power over me, sweetheart. You don't. Please.
It's retarded. It's so dumb. Anyway,
with love.
Yeah, with love. All right. I guess that's all we have for tonight. You have anything else, Jennifer?
I keep having this little thought in the back of my head nagging me that I got a new purse today, but I left it on the other side of the trailer. And I'm like, I'll just share that next week.
You got a new bag?
I did. I got a bag.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
I'll share it next week. We'll compare bags. My bag is not nearly as glamorous as a Chanel, but when it showed up, because you never know, it's like buying shoes on Amazon, buying purses, and then it came in the mail today. I was like, and it's so great. I love it. It's super.
Whatever, man. Like, you love it. Who the fuck cares? I saw a bag at the outlet mall the other day for like $14. That was fucking great. I was like, this is actually a great bag. I was like, this is awesome. So who cares?
I'll never use it, but I'll place it next to my Chanel's.
I use all my bags. All of my bags are like my children. My bags are like my children. I love them all equally. Sometimes I love some of them more than others. That's okay, but I love them all equally, and don't make me choose between them, because I love them all equally.
Don't fight for my love.
Yep. All right, that's all we got for this week. Then we will be back with DISENRAGE Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. and I will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Actually, I might be back earlier, because if there's protesting and like rioting going on, I want to just cover it. Let's just spend the day. Spend the day covering rioting, Jennifer. What else? What else should I do with my time? Nothing.
I mean, honestly, there's nothing else in the world that says love like somebody saying, "Hey, it's all gay."
Yep. Exactly. Hey, it's all gay. Perfect chant. Well done. All right, guys, that's all we have. We'll see you next time. Bye.